Can you hear me? Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello,
madam.
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
madam. We can hear
Yes,
you.
madam.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
madam.
yeah, so
Yeah,
I was
so
saying
I was
that,
saying that.
okay,
Okay,
all right.
all right.
So I was
So I
saying
was
that,
saying that
remember there are
remember
4 units. Kindly mute for us, Thomas. Thomas, kindly mute. Thank you very much. There are 4 units on the rank scale. We have the cross, the group, and the phrase, and then we have the word, and then morpheme. So we started by looking at the clause. We went on to look at the group, the phrase, and then last Saturday and then Monday, we were able to look at the word. That's the minor word classes. You know, when we're looking at the word, we said that word can be put into 2 classes: major word classes and a minor word classes. The previous week, we were able to look at the major word classes: nouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs. And the last week, Saturday, a week today, I think it was a week today that we looked at the verbs and adverbs. And then the following Monday, we were able to look at the minor word classes. So today we are left with the last unit on the rank scale, the last element on the rank scale, that's a morpheme. So that's what we are going to look at today. And I remember last week and then the previous weeks, I told you the slides that I've been sharing with you, there were some self-assessment questions on them. I asked you to look at those questions and answer them, so that after today's lesson, if you had any issues whilst you were trying to answer those questions, we will look at them. If there's nothing else, then after the consideration of morpheme, it means we are done. Okay. So today we are looking at the morpheme, the last unit on the rank scale. So we'll be defining what morpheme is. We'll look at classes of morpheme. We'll consider allomorphs, and then the self-assessment questions, self-study questions for you. So by the time we are done with today's lesson, I'm expecting that you'll be able to define the term morpheme. That is one. And then you'll be able to distinguish between free and bound morphemes. Then also distinguish between inflectional and derivational morphemes. And then analyze words into their constituent morphemes and identify allomorphs of the same morpheme. This is a recommended reading for you. And then these are words we'll be coming across as we go along. Okay, so let's look at morpheme. As we've been talking about morphemes already, we know that morpheme is the lowest unit on the rank scale. So when you take the consists of relationship, you realize that the clause will come first, followed by the group, and phrase on the same level, followed by the word, and then morpheme. So morpheme is the last unit on the rank scale, and it is also the last node, the terminal node, or when you take the morpheme, you cannot further divide it to get any other grammatical unit. So it is the last um, um, element in terms of grammatical analysis. Okay, and so we define morpheme as the smallest meaningful grammatical unit, the smallest meaningful grammatical unit. Unlike the clause, that when you take it, you can further divide it into groups, and then groups you can further divide it into words, and then words you can further divide it into morpheme. Morpheme, when you get to morpheme, There is no further division. This is the smallest or the least on the rank scale. So morphemes realize their meanings only within larger grammatical units. They realize their meanings, or their meanings become clear when they are found within larger grammatical units. For instance, when you take the morpheme S after, let's say, the word chairs, chair plus S, chairs. When you take the morpheme S outside the word chairs, the morpheme S does not have any meaning. We don't know what it is. So its meaning is only realized when we add it to the word chair. And then we'll get to know that, okay, S is a plural marker. So that's what we mean when we say that morphemes realize their meanings within larger grammatical units. So when you take this example, we have a full clause, and then we can analyze this clause into the various units on the rank scale. So the whole structure is a clause. The boys picked 3 tables reluctantly. So the whole structure is a clause. When we take this clause, you realize that we can further divide it into groups so that we have the boys as one group, picked as one group, 3 tables as one group, and then reluctantly as one group. Now, when you take the groups too, you can have that's in terms of words. There is one, boys is one, pick is one, 3 is one, tables is one, reluctantly is one. And then after each of these words, we can further divide them into the various constituents. That is the various morphemes that come together to make up the word. So when you take there is just one word. It's made up of one morpheme because we cannot further divide there. So we have one morpheme in there. But then when you take the word boys, you realize that the root word is boy, and then we've added the morpheme S. And so when we take the word boy, we can realize 2 morphemes in it. Boy plus S. And then we take picked. So the word picked comes from the root word pick. And then because it's in the past tense, we've added the morpheme ed to it to get the word picked. And so when you take the word picked and want to analyze it into the various morphemes, then we can say that there are 2 morphemes in them. The root word pick plus the ed, or the past tense marker ep, giving us 2 morphemes in the word picked. 3 is one morpheme. And then tables, similar to picked. The root word is table, and the plural marker S. The plural marker S. And so we get 2 morphemes in the word tables. Table plus S. S. Okay, so taking the clause, the boys picked 3 tables. We realized that we had one clause, 3 groups or 4 groups. And then we had 1, 2, 6 words. And then the morphemes we had 8, 10 morphemes. We had 10 morphemes in them. Okay. So morpheme, like we've been saying, is the least or is the smallest grammatical unit, beyond which you cannot get any other unit. So you can distinguish between a morpheme and a word. Based on the example that we saw here, we can distinguish between a morpheme and a word. So on the rank scale, you realize that in terms of size, a word is bigger than a morpheme, or the word is bigger than the morpheme. Okay. And then a word, when we take the rank scale, still on the rank scale, a word comes before the morpheme, or morpheme is found within a word. Okay. So a word and a morpheme are not equal in terms of size. Then you can also say that a word may be regarded as a morpheme, but not all morphemes can be regarded as words. Let me come back to this example. Let's look at the word there. Let's look at there. Let's look at three. The word there, there is a word, but at the same time we said it's a morpheme because we cannot further divide it. When you take the word three, it is a word, at the same time a morpheme. But then when you take the morpheme S, it is a morpheme, but it cannot be said to be a word. That's why we said that there are some words can be considered to be morphemes, but not all morphemes can be considered to be. For instance, your hand up. For instance, your hand up. Okay, she's gone. All right. So we are moving on. So a morpheme can realize different grammatical functions within a sentence. Okay. So the morpheme can help us to realize tense. It can help us realize number. That is whether what you are talking about is singular or plural. So when you take the word call, adding the ed will give us the past form of the word call to get called. So that ed is a morpheme. So it's a morpheme that is helping us to realize these things. That's why we say that a morpheme can help to realize functions such as tense. And in terms of number two, when you have a base word, you can add another morpheme to it for us to get the plural form. So we have city as singular, but cities as plural. And this plural word, we're able to form this plural with the help of the morphemes I, E, S. So morphemes, though do not have meaning, most morphemes do not have meaning on their own, but then their meanings are often identified within other grammatical units. Now, within a clause, so a morpheme can help to indicate concord. Concord. You know that singular subjects take singular verbs, or singular nouns take singular verbs. And so when you want to say, using the word boy is singular. And so we cannot say the boy come here every day. Because it is singular, we need to add the marker or the morpheme S to it to show that the subject boy must concord with the verb comes. So morphemes can help to indicate tense, they can help to indicate number, and then they also help to attain or achieve concord in clauses. Let's look at the various classes of morphemes that we have. The classes or types of morphemes that we have. Generally, we have two types of morphemes: free morphemes and then bound morphemes. Free morphemes and bound morphemes. When you take free morphemes, you can identify four morphemes or four free morphemes and then empty free morphemes. And then when you take the bound morphemes, we can identify two types: derivational morphemes, inflectional morphemes. We'll be looking at each of them very soon. Let's distinguish between free morphemes and unbound morphemes. So free morpheme, as the name suggests, they are free. They can stand on their own to make meaning. Okay. They can stand on their own to make meaning. They can be written as separate words. So examples are such as man, go, happy boy, now, she, ate, he, come, sleep. All those words can be written as individual words in terms of writing. And so we say they are free morphemes. They don't need to rely on other words for them to be written. So they are free morphemes. But on the other hand or on the other side is the bound morphemes. Unlike the free morphemes, these morphemes are bound. They cannot be written as individual words or individual. They cannot be written individually. They cannot stand on their own. They need to be attached to other morphemes for them to be written. Rebecca. Okay, let's move on. All right. Probably she's not aware her hand is up. We move on. So unlike free morphemes that can stand on their own to be written as separate words, bound morphemes cannot. We have examples such as ED, S, ES, IES. That's a past tense marker, plural marker, and so on. All these morphemes cannot be written as separate words where we write them, we bring a comma, and we write something else. No, they need to be attached to other words. So for which reason they are not free to stand on their own. That's why we call them bound morphemes. So these are examples of the free and then bound morphemes. So the examples on your left hand side, they are all free morphemes. But then when you look at the examples on your right hand side, the parts that are bold, the highlighted ones, ERORMENTS, they are all bound morphemes because we realize that they are not standing on their own, they are attached to other morphemes. Now we are coming to look at free morphemes. We've seen that generally we have free morphemes and bound morphemes, and each of free morphemes has its own subclasses, and then bound morphemes also has its own subclasses. So we want to start by looking at free morphemes. Is your hand up?
Yes, please. Please, with the bound morphemes, the first example is dance, and then the E was highlighted as part of the bound morpheme. Yes. Please, I want to know why the E is part because the dance ends with E. So I
Which one
thought
are you
maybe
talking about?
the first one, the dancer, dance already ends with E. So, and E is also part of the bound morpheme too.
Ah, okay.
I want explanation on that, please.
Oh, this one, okay. So it should have been R,
And
but
that's what I. Oh,
that's fine because that doesn't make much difference.
yes. Okay. Okay.
Uh, if,
So
uh-huh. Yeah, go ahead.
please continue. It's okay. Thank you.
Al Hassan, Al Hassan,
Hello?
Daniel,
Hello? Hello?
yes.
In regards to what my sister just asked, the dance and the dancer, I think the dance with the E at the end, the E there is silence. Is silent there is not something that is pronounced. But the other one where we have the dancer with the ER, so the ER is highlighted because the sound of it appears, or the E and the R come together to give us a sound of the A. So if the morpheme there is supposed to be, let's say, R instead of ER, I think there is a little bit confusion there. Because the with the in the dance there is silent, but the dancer the E is not silent. So the ER is what is added to make it the dancer. Even though we have the E in the dance, but it's a silent one.
All right.
My
Thank you
opinion.
very much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you are right. Daniel, your hand is up.
Yes. I want thank you. I want to find out if it comes to the free morphemes. Uh, the free morpheme, is it right to say it's at the level of word, because we find that each of them can stand alone and work as a word would do. So I don't know.
No, Daniel, I didn't get you. Come again.
Yeah, I'm saying that in the free morphemes, they stand alone, just like the words do, the rules the words perform. So can you refer to them as words in that context? Because when you look at all the free morphemes, they are just words.
Yes, but I realize that when you are dealing with morpheme on the rank scale, where is a rank on its own. Morpheme is a rank on its own. Yes, what you said, you are right. The free morphemes can be equated to words. But now we are dealing with morphemes. That's why we are not referring to them as words, but we are referring to them as morphemes that can stand on their own. But they are actually words. They can be written as individual. I mean, they can stand alone to be written as individual units. So they can be referred to as words. But because we are not looking at words, we are looking at morphemes. That's why I keep referring to them as morphemes that can stand on alone. But what you said, you are right. But then when you are dealing with morphemes, it's better not to refer to them as words, but as morphemes. But I
Thank,
understand you are right. Yeah,
thank you, madam.
you're right. Okay, we are moving on. So we are looking at the free morphemes, and I said for those ones too, there are two types. There are free morphemes that are full and free morphemes that are empty. In other words, some free morphemes have content meaning, but there are some free morphemes, even though they can be written as individual words, they do not have content meaning. So let's look at some of them. So when you take the free morphemes, words that have content meaning, sleep, wash, should I say the main verbs are part of free morphemes. Nouns are part of free morphemes. Adverbs, they are part of free morphemes. So mostly, I see that the major word classes fall within the free morphemes. They have content meaning. But then when you come to the empty morphemes, even though we can write them as empty, Isaac, can you mute for us? Isaac, 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 answer. Can you mute? Isaac, answer. Mute. Okay, empty morpheme. Isaac, answer.
Isaac, please mute yourself for us.
So,
the phone out to baby, no sort of
Oh,
baby. We can't do this.
The destructive PowerPoint. Yeah.
Us, please.
Mr. Answer, please mute yourself.
Okay, thank you very much. So we are looking at the empty morphemes, and I said that the three morphemes, I said they are like the major word classes. They have content meaning. So nouns, adjectives, adverbs, main verbs, they have content meaning. But then when it comes to the empty morphemes, even though they can be written as individual words, they can be written as separate words, they do not have meaning on their own. They are empty. So we talked of pronouns, we talked of auxiliary verbs, conjunctions, prepositions. If articles or determinants, if you just see an written and they ask you what's the meaning of an, what are you going to say? You realize that even though it is written as a separate word, as an independent word, it doesn't have meaning when it is in isolation. Okay. In the same way, when you see something like must written, what does it mean? It has to be put in context before you know what exactly it is doing over there. So these words that though can be written as individual words, they do not contain meaning, or they do not make meaning on their own. They are the empty free morphemes. Okay. Sandra.
Okay, Madam, thank you. But if that's the case, then I think we can say that the full morphemes are the same as the free morphemes, or since they all have content meaning or can stand on their own. Please, thank you.
All right, I need someone to respond to her. She's saying that we can say the full morphemes are the free morphemes, since they have content meaning. Can anyone respond to her? All right, so Sandra, free morpheme, we first explain what free morpheme is. And we said free morphemes are the ones that can stand on their own. They can be written as individual words, okay. But then when you take free morphemes, there are classes of free morphemes. There are two classes of free morphemes, or there are sub-classes of free morphemes. There are free morphemes that can stand on their own to make meaning. And there are free morphemes that can stand on their own, all right, but they do not have meaning unless they are put in context. So if we say that full morphemes are free morphemes, fine, you are right. But then the free morphemes are, when you're talking of free morphemes, you are not looking at only full morphemes. You're also looking at empty morphemes, because empty morphemes are also free morphemes in a sense that they can be written as individual words. If I'm writing Kofi is a boy, if I write Kofi, is a word on its own. I will write it as an individual word. I will write it as an individual word. Unlike boys, where I will have to add the S to B. For is, I will write it as an individual word. I will write it as an individual word. But even though these words are written as individual words, which make them free morphemes, they don't have meaning. They don't have content meaning when they stand alone. So they are free, all right, but they are also empty because they don't have content meaning. So when you take the free morphemes, you can look at free morphemes that are full, that have content meaning, and free morphemes that are empty, that do not have content meaning. Sandra, are you okay?
Yes, please, Madam. Thank you so much.
Right. So we've looked at free morphemes. We want to look at bound morphemes too. Remember that we said that there are two classes of morphemes, free morphemes and bound morphemes. And for the free morphemes, we've seen free morphemes that are empty and then free morphemes that are full. We want to go ahead to go on to look at the other group of morphemes, that's the bound morphemes. When we take the bound morphemes, we can identify two classes of them: bound inflectional morphemes and then bound derivational morphemes, or inflectional morphemes and derivational morphemes. So free morphemes, we have two subcategories: empty and then full. And then bound morphemes, we have two categories: inflectional morphemes and derivational morphemes. So inflectional morphemes, what are they? Already we know that they are bound morphemes, which means that they cannot be written as individual words. They cannot stand alone. They need to be attached to other grammatical units. We've already established that fact. Now, inflectional morphemes are described as grammatical markers. They don't have lexical meaning, but rather they are grammatical markers. They are added to other words to help us realize forms such as plural forms, such as past tense, tense, and so on. But they can't be written as individual words. Now, what you need to note about inflectional morpheme is that most of the times they don't change the class of a word. That is, they are class maintaining morphemes. We have talked about class of words already, or classes of words already. We have seen that among the classes of words, we can talk of nouns, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, verbs, and so on. What you are saying about inflectional morphemes is that they do not normally change the class of a word. What this means is that when you add an inflectional morpheme to another word, if the word is a verb, the likelihood that the resultant word is also going to be a verb is there. It is less likely that when you add inflectional morpheme to a verb, it will change it from a verb into a noun. So that's why we say that they are class maintaining. They don't normally change the class of a word. And so if I take a word dance, dance is a verb. If I add ing to dance, we get dancing. What class of word is dancing?
A verb.
It's a verb. So the class is still the same as the original word. If I take the word play, and then I add ed to it, I get played. Play is a verb, and then played is still a verb. If I take the word table, it's a noun. If I add s to it, I get tables. So table is a noun. Tables is still a noun. So the s I added, ing, ed, they are all inflectional morphemes. Often when they are added to the base word, they don't change the class. And they do not also result in the creation of new words. So let's look at these examples. He sends money to his mother at the end of every month. take note of where the boats are. He sends money to his mother at the end of every month. Last year, the boy studied hard. I'm reading my notes. So in the first sentence, we've added the inflectional morpheme S to the verb send to get sense. I realize that send and sense both belong to the same word class. That's the class of verbs. It's the same with studied in the second sentence and the same with reading in the third sentence. So inflectional morphemes do not change the class of the word, and often too, they do not result in the creation of new words. Rather, they can help us to form concord, they can help us to form the tenses, and then they can help us to form the number or singular plural forms of words. So this is the first example that we had. We are looking at if we were to remove the inflectional morphemes from the sentences. The resultant sentences are going to be ungrammatical because we can't say he sent money to his mother. You can't say last year the boy studied hard. You can't say I am read my notes. So it's the inflectional morphemes that helped us to realize concord in the first sentence, tense in the second sentence, and also tense in the third sentence. Let's look at, okay, this one I think we've talked about it already. The fact that when you add inflectional morpheme to the base word, we normally get words that belong to the same class, not new words. Yvonne.
Hello, madam. Good afternoon. Please, so if we're saying that if we add a morpheme to a word, it doesn't change its word class. Please, so help me here. Is ly a morpheme? Because I'm asking because if we add ly to, let's say, beautiful, we get beautifully, which over here the word class changes. So I'm a little bit confused here, if you can help me. Thank you.
So we are talking about two classes of inflectional morphemes. We said we have, okay, Sandra, your hand is up.
Okay, Madam, I was about to say that one will fall under the derivational morphemes, where the addition of those one to the main word will change it from one class to the other. Thank you.
All right, so thank you, Sandra. So like I was saying, like Sandra has said, I already said that there are two classes of bound morphemes, inflectional morphemes and derivational morphemes. So the example you gave now, Yvonne, if it doesn't fall under inflectional morphemes, there is going to be under derivational morphemes, because when you add ly to an adjective, for instance, it is likely to change it to an adverb. But we are looking at the class of bound morphemes, which do not change the word class. So those are inflectional morphemes. We are yet to get to the derivational morphemes.
Thank you, madam.
So let's look at derivational morphemes. They are also they are vocabulary builders. Vocabulary builders. In other words, derivational morphemes can be added to other words to create new words. And they are also class changing. There are a few of them that are class maintaining. We'll get there. Derivational morphemes are also class changing. In other words, when you add a derivational morpheme to a word that belongs to class A, the resultant word may not belong to class A, it may belong to class B. So that's why I said derivational morphemes, most of them are class changing, and they're also vocabulary builders, because when we can add derivational morphemes to create new words or derive new words. Such derivational morphemes include ME, NT, ER, O, and so on. LY, Yvonne, LY is here, and so on. So those are the derivational morphemes. So let's look at these examples. We have the word develop, which is a verb. But let's add ER to develop. What will be the resultant word and what will be the word class? We are adding ER to the word develop. What will be the resultant word and what will be the word class of the resultant word? Yeah, Martha. Martha, let's hear you.
It will be developer, and the class will be a noun.
Good. So here, the derivational morpheme ER has changed the noun, the verb develop into a noun developer. So ER is a derivational morpheme. MENT is also a derivational morpheme, because when we add it to develop, we get development, which is a noun. So teach, teacher, we have farm, farmer, produce, producer, the ER morphemes. Adding them to verbs will often give us words that belong to the noun word class. And then we have the LY words, the LY morphemes. Often when you add them to adjectives, the resultant words become adverbs. So happy, happily, sad, sadly. There are more words. Beautiful, beautifully. Slow, slowly. There are more of those words. But I realize that some of these words, slow, for instance, when you put it in a certain context, it can become an adverb. But we are looking at the situation, where you add a morpheme to it and it becomes an adverb. You add a morpheme to it as an adjective, it becomes an adverb. So the derivational morphemes are the morphemes that help us to derive new words, or that help us to create new words. And because they help us to create new words, most often they are class changing. Remember I said earlier that even though derivational morphemes are largely known as class changing morphemes, there are a few of them that maintain the class, and they are known as class maintaining derivational morphemes. Examples of such morphemes are shape, ex, co, etc. So if I have tenant, tenant is a noun, co-tenant is a noun. So tenant is a noun. Its meaning is different from co-tenant as a noun. So even though when I add the co to tenant, it still maintains the class, the meanings change. Friend plus friendship. Friend as a noun, friendship as a noun, but the meanings will change, even though the classes will not change. So there are derivational morphemes that are class maintaining, but mostly or largely, derivational morphemes are class changing. Then we have the last category, allomorphs. allomorphs. Allomorphs are also morphemes. Okay. They are also morphemes, but when you talk of allomorph, you are talking about different realizations of the same morpheme. Different realizations of the same morpheme. Bernard.
Thank you, madam. I am a little bit maybe confused with the statement you made earlier on with regards to the derivational morphemes. You made a statement that the class maintaining, but not class changing with respect to examples that you gave us, maybe friend and then friendship. They are the same nouns, but the meanings will come from the names or maybe the words we've been able to quell or gotten. I don't know how maybe we just suppose the two. Is it maybe it maintains its classes in terms of the word classes, but the meanings will be different? I am a little bit lost over there. I don't know if you understand me, madam.
That was what I said. What you just said is what I said.
Okay.
What's the source of confusion?
Okay. I heard you saying that it maintains a class and then they seem something of you. I'm okay, madam. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. Okay. So we are looking at allomorphs, and I said that they are different realizations of the same morpheme. So when you take morphemes that help us to form the plural form, let's say S. You know that sometimes we use S, sometimes we use IES, still forming the plural form. So S and IES are both morphemes that we use in forming plural form, but their forms change based on the word that we are adding these morphemes to, or based on the words that we are attaching these morphemes to. Morphemes such as IN, that indicates negative sense, and IN used to mean not. When we add the IN to a word, we are looking at the negative form, or the IN is understood to be not. But whether you add IN or IM depends on the word that you are adding these morphemes. So the different realizations of the same morpheme is what we refer to as allomorphs. So let's look at this, the one on the slide here. We have IN as in insincere, IM as in impossible, IR as in irregular. They are all the same morphemes indicating the negative prefix in, or indicating something negative, or indicating the word not. Okay. But whether we'll go for IN or IM or IR depends on the word that we are adding these morphemes to. So let's look at when we add IN. So we added IN to insincere. It was influenced by the phonetic environment. The phonetic environment. Whether the word will take IN, IM, IR to indicate something negative depends on the sound or the word to which we are adding these morphemes. So we added IN because it occurs or it precedes an alveolar sound. That is alveolar sound. I think you did that in the use of English. Then
Yes, ma'am.
We went for IR. rather than IN because it precedes an approximant, that is the R or R as in regular. So when you talk of allomorphs, we are talking about different realizations of the same morpheme. And these realizations are influenced by the phonetic environment of the base word to which we are adding that morphemes. So when we have IR, IN, IM, and all of them are indicating the word not, all of them are allomorphs of the same morpheme. And then there are other examples when we take ED, IED, or T to indicate the past tense or the past tense form ED. Whether a word will take ED to show past tense, or it will take T to take to show past tense, or it will take IED to show past tense. It depends on the phonetic environment within which that morpheme finds itself. So the individual morphemes that have the same sense, they are what we refer to as allomorphs. I have paused. Okay, can we move on?
Madam, please go over. Hi, Basa.
Yes, madam. Can I get one of you to go over? Sometimes you get understanding better when your colleagues explain it. Can I get someone to do this job for me?
And Winifred, you do after that. Maybe we'll come after you.
Okay.
Maybe someone that can explain. So
what I'm saying is that, Danny, do you want to come in?
No, I'm just saying that you are giving out the opportunity to somebody. So if there's someone who can explain, then you can relax more because it's not easy.
And so can anyone wear me out? Okay, let me take it once again. And this time around, I would expect one or some of you to come in. So what I'm saying is, I'm talking about allomorphs. Allomorphs. And what I said, or what I'm saying is that, remember when we were talking about the inflectional morphemes, we said that they do not create new words, but they help us to form plural forms. Indicate number, and then they also help us to show tense and so on. When you want to show that a word is in the past tense, you can use ED to show that a word is in the past tense. You can use T to show that this word is a past form. You can add what else? IED to show that this word is a past tense. So even though T, ED, IED are all different realizations of the past tense, they are all a form of ED. But whether you go for ED, IED, or T depends on the base word or the phonetic environment of the word that you are adding these morphemes to. So when we were looking at the allomorphs of the preface in, the preface in indicates negativity, or in is understood to mean not, N-O-T, not. So when you precede a word with in, then you are saying that that word is in a negative form. So this is possible, this is impossible. You are sincere, you are being insincere. She's very regular to class. She is irregular. So insincere, irregular, impossible are showing the negative sense. But you realize that even though they are all showing the negative sense, or they are all marking the negative sense, some of the words took IM, some of them took IM, some took IR. Why the differences? The differences are coming about because of the phonetic environment. So, because IR, the negative sense IN, because it is adding, we are adding it to a word that begins with R. That is a alveolar consonant R. We cannot use IN. We can't say irregular. We can't say irregular. But our choice of IR was influenced by the form of the word that we are going to add that preface to. So when you have different forms of the same morpheme, then we are dealing with allomorphs. So the same morpheme that marks plural form, that is S, is used to mark plural form. But when it gets to certain words, we add IES. When it gets to certain words, we add a Z, IZ, something, something. So all these morphemes are indicating plurality. But whether we'll go for S or we'll go for IES depends on the phonetic environment of the word, the base word that we are going to add these morphemes to. And that's what we refer to as allomorphs, the different morphemes of the same or different realizations of the same morpheme is what we refer to as the allomorphs. Now, I want someone to also come in if the explanation is still not clear. But who asked me to go over again? Who asked me to go over? Can you hear me?
Yes, madam, we can hear you.
The one who asked me to go over, I don't know whether the person is okay. I don't remember who asked me to go over.
I believe she is okay now.
Okay. Well, since she's not talking, then I guess, as you say, she's okay. So let's look at the characteristics of allomorphs. So we've already said that they are realizations of a particular morpheme. They are the different realizations of a particular morpheme, or maybe physical realizations of the same morpheme. And the choice of a particular allomorph is determined by the linguistic or the phonetic environment. Some words will require that you choose one allomorph rather than the other. So the first one is that they are the physical realizations of a particular morpheme. And the second one is that they are in complementary distribution. What this means is that an allomorph can occur at a time. You can't say that this word, one word, you are using D to form the past tense, and you're also using ED to form the past tense of the same word. They are not used together. You can go for one allomorph at a time. So that's what we mean by they are in complementary distribution. You can go for one, or an allomorph can occur at a time. Then the last one, allomorphs of the same morpheme constitute a family of morphs. So when you have, so D, E, D. Albert, to give you an example, but I'm not sure. I don't get the example you are giving. D, E, D, they belong to the family of, they constitute a morph because both D and ED are the same realization of the past tense. And then S, IES, they also constitute a family of morph because the two are the same realization of the plural form. Okay, so today we basically looked at morphemes, and we've seen that there are two major classes of morphemes: free morphemes and bound morphemes. And the free morphemes, we saw that they are the morphemes that are written as individual words. They are free, they can stand alone. But then when you take the free morpheme, you can have free morphemes that are bound, and then free morphemes that are full. Where the free morphemes that are full are the words are the morphemes that stand on their own, and they also have content meaning. So I made reference to major word classes: nouns, adjectives, adverbs, main verbs. They are free morphemes, and they are full morphemes. In other words, they are free full morphemes because they stand on their own one, and they also have content meaning. And we have the free morphemes which though can stand on their own, they do not have content meaning unless they are used in context. And mostly minor word classes fall within this group of free morphemes. So minor word classes like pronouns, auxiliary verbs, prepositions. You write preposition in as an individual word, as a separate word. You write the article or determiner there as separate words, but they do not have content meaning. If I write there and I ask you what's the meaning of there, what are you going to tell me? You can't tell me anything unless I use it in a sentence where you can probably say maybe there is performing the dative function or is pointing at something like the boy. Other than that, it doesn't have meaning outside context. So those words that can be written as individual words, all right, but they don't have content meaning, are the free empty morphemes. Then we saw the bound morphemes where we said that these words, unlike the free morphemes, these morphemes cannot stand on their own. They cannot be written as individual words. They will have to always be attached to other morphemes or other words. And under bound morphemes, we looked at the inflectional morphemes, which we said they are largely class maintaining. They normally help us to form tense, number, and they also help us in attaining concord. But mostly they are class maintaining because when you add an inflectional morpheme to a verb, for instance, dance, and then you add an inflectional morpheme ing, we still get the verb dancing. When you add s to a noun table, we still get tables, which is still a noun. So mostly inflectional morphemes are class maintaining. Then we went on to look at the derivational morphemes, which we said they are used to derive new words or they create new words. And because they create new words, often they are class changing. But there are a few derivational morphemes that are also class maintaining. In that case, even though they maintain the class, the meaning of the words may change a bit. Then we went on to look at allomorphs, and I said that when we talk of allomorphs, we are looking at different realizations of the same morpheme. So when you get a morpheme that is used to indicate tense or past tense, the morpheme D, when added to certain verbs, will give you a past form of that verb. When you add the morpheme ED, it can give you the past form. T, it can give you the past form. So D, ED, T, all of them are indicating the same, should I say function? They are all showing or marking the past form of a verb. But some words will go for T, some will go for D, some will go for ED, depending on the phonetic environment or the linguistic environment of that base word that you are going to add the those morphemes to it. And those are the ones we call allomorphs. That is different realizations of the same morpheme. That's what you call allomorphs. And then when we have allomorphs of the same family of the same category, for instance, allomorphs that are all marking plural tense, plural form, or allomorphs that are all marking past tense, then they become the family of morphs. So far, that's what we've done in this part of the lesson, which also happens to be the last lesson for this session. What follows is the self-assessment questions. Any question? Done.
Yeah, madam, if I understand you very well in the explanation of the allomorphs, I think it's just like the understanding that we have for allophones when it comes to phonetics. I think that is how it is like indicating. Yeah. That's how I understand it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Cynthia.
Madam, please, the slides, please, are they on the platform?
Oh, I sent them to you. It's the coursework around you. It's the coursework around. It's the coursework here. Sandra.
Madam, she said it on the platform. It's there since last week.
Madam, please, I'm here. Kate, I'm here. I sent it, please.
Okay.
There.
Okay, so Madam Cynthia, you heard them.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, madam.
Yeah, Kate.
Please, can I make a submission?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'll be very happy if you can I'll be very happy if we could go to a group.
Please mute.
On our own. So please mute yourself, Isaac. Isaac, mute yourself, please. I'm going to say yes.
Isaac, kindly mute. Isaac. Isaac. Isaac answer.
Why is this man disturbing us like that?
Tell him
It's
to
too much.
mute it. He's really disturbing me.
Isaac, you are disturbing us. Please mute yourself. Why? Abai.
Obini
Ah,
now. Can't
Pontiana.
everybody take him or out of the this thing and for us to.
He's not even listening. No. He's doing his own thing.
Madam, please mute him from your end.
Is there anyone who can reach him?
Please, please, can you mute him from your side?
Madam,
Yeah,
please.
I want to see you.
Winifred, please mute him from your end.
She's not a host. She can't do that. It is only the host that can mute it.
That's what it is. Kate,
We'll manage and then.
Okay, so madam, the submission I wanted to make was that if it is possible, we should create a group. For instance, you can create a group, you add somebody, then you remove the person. Then you alone will be on the page. So that whenever madam gives us something to put on the page, you also carry it from the main page and then put it on that your sentence part that you have created, that page. You keep it there. So that always you have your documents saved. That is what I wanted to say. Otherwise, other
oh,
messages will come and overshadow the messages that Madam will allow us to put on the page. So when you put something there, then you also put and then you put it on that page that you have created for yourself for sentence and it. Thank you.
okay. So so far I've sent you all the slides. Everything, the one we are looking at. Yes, Cynthia.
Then please, madam, let us this 10 seconds because I've been searching for it. I can't find it. So we beg her. Let her send it again.
But do you have one platform that all of you are on? Do you have
Yes,
a
please.
general
Yes, please.
page?
All of
Is it
us are
possible to
messaging.
send? Uh,
Hey, let's go where? Ah, hey, Isaac.
uh, okay, so I
Isaac,
was saying
Obiani
that
the number. Oh, tomorrow.
that platform we have people offering other electives, but we have a platform that is meant for only those offering this other English elective. If you have it, then you could post all the slides. I don't know if you have such a platform meant for only those
We have
offering.
a platform for Riverview Center where we all offer English major.
But for this, the online, for the group I'm meeting you, it's not only Riverview.
Ah,
We
Yeah.
but
have
madam, we also have another group
Roscoe,
where
Roscoe, Baba,
almost centers
Robert.
offering English major. We meet and we do discussions. So we have two groups, one for Riverview only, and then another group for all who are reading English major, and we have another
Good.
group for all who are reading English major. That is our study group. So we have three platforms so far as English is concerned.
So can you put it on the platform
Put
where
it
you
on
have
the
all reading English as their major? Can you put it there?
Yes, please. I'll do that.
Yes.
But please, those who are not on that page should please DM so that I will add them.
Okay. That's fine. Thank you.
they send it on the English platform. They will reply
Robert,
there.
Robert, your hand has been up. Okay, Kate has posted a number there. So those who are not on the page, kindly put the number, join us on it so that you can access all the slides. Because I've put all the slides over there. I've shared all the slides with you. So pick a number and then join the page so that you can access all the passports all the slides that I've sent you so far. This is the last slide that I will send with you. Then we are done. Robert, let's hear you.
Okay, madam. I was saying that there is a major group called Sentence and Eight Parts. The Sentence and Eight Parts. It's a major group that comprises all of us. So she can also put it there. Then we pick it.
Okay, Kate, I believe you heard me.
Madam, yes, yes, madam.
Okay, all right. So it means from the way some of you are saying, there are still hands up.
Wow.
Who? Okay, they are gone.
Excuse me, madam. Isaac Ansah, in fact, you have really disturbed us. I don't know. This is the second time. So please, let's be watchful. It's very disturbing. Thank you.
Thank you, too.
Know why he's not always ready and he's joining the class? Because when you do that, you are distracting others. You know, you alone cannot hold the whole about 100 and something people. It's not fair.
You see, it's not good. It's not good at all. Huh.
Isaac, please take note of that. Okay, Joel.
Thank you, Madam, for the opportunity.
Okay.
Mine is a humble appeal. I started this course and then I have an issue, then I couldn't join after today. It's today that I joined and realized that we are already at the last. So humbly, if you can organize a class so that we those who couldn't catch up, because the YouTube video audio that I have been posting, they don't put them. Because I went through and then it's only lecture 1 and 2 that is there. The rest of the lectures are not. So that humbly, I am pleading if that can be done to help those who could enjoy. I know I might not be the only one. I might have my colleagues as well. Thank you.
Okay, to my best of knowledge, I know that all the lectures we've been having are being recorded, or they record all of them. So if they've not uploaded them, I'm sure they will upload them later, because they record every lecture we have over here. So I'm sure they are going to upload all of them. I'm not sure. I don't know about organizing a class later on. And I don't know whether this link will still be available. And I don't know.
Yes, madam, it will be available.
Organizing the class on which aspect? Which aspect are you talking about?
Hello, madam. Madam,
yes.
Please, this is Kate. On my brother's issue, we will call you. Please, we will call you so that we will talk about it. Thank you very much. Yes. And madam, please, I also wanted to make a submission that if by chance you find any past question, you can give it to us so that we can look at it alongside the end of unit assessment, please. In case.
Okay, I will look around and see. I'll ask those the past students and see if I will get some for you.
Yes, please. Thank you very much, ma'am.
I will share it with you, so you share it with your colleagues.
Yes, please. Thank you so much. We are grateful.
So it means the way most of you are complaining, you've not gotten the slide. It means you've not done assignment I gave
not
you.
gotten any slide. We didn't receive any slide.
Okay, then what you are going to do? Daniel.
Yes, madam. I would plead that you help us maybe get a description of how the questions are going to be, so that know what to do. I don't know. They can help us.
Okay, so I'll ask a few people, your senior, those who went ahead of you, to see if they can get me some past questions. If I do get them, I will share them with Kate, so she will also share them with you. Okay.
Thank you.
What I wanted us to do at this time, Cynthia.
Yes, madam. Madam, please, I wanted us to help us with areas that we are supposed to learn for the quiz and the exams.
Madam, for this one, I don't know. In fact, you prepare on everything you've done. And then just make sure what I wanted us to do that may not be possible. Make sure you go through all the questions, the self-assessment and self-study questions. But to tell you that study this area or that area for quiz and that one, I'm sorry, I won't be able to do that, because I have no control over the questions that are given to you. Is there any other submission? Any?
I wanted to, on behalf of my colleagues, say a very big thank you to you
Take
for
your time.
time.
You wanted to say something.
And all that. Pardon me.
Yeah, you.
It seems someone wants to talk.
I said the last I had wanted to ask Madam.
Yeah, now that.
Yeah, please, you can say that
This is
when
the
I'm done.
time. Let the time is not used up.
Please, I've not
Finish.
Madam, what
spoken.
I want to
Auntie
hello.
K, relax.
Why are you cutting me?
Hello.
I've not finished talking.
You are
I
closing
said,
the class. Someone wants to
I said,
talk.
Nipa no what them can also close. The
I'm
person
not
has
Eh.
closing. I'm
Okay,
not
hold on.
closing.
you are
Hold
closing
on.
the thing, but
Hold
you are
on.
just saying.
Hold on. Hold on. Please, hold on.
We are closing 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
Hold
It's
on.
4 p.m.
Hold on. Okay,
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. They say.
I beg, hold on. Bernard, let's hear you.
Thank you, Madam. My question has to do with, since we have types of morphemes, do we also have types of allomorphs?
I want you to read further to look at that. Okay.
Okay.
Read further into that. Look the study material that was added to read further on
Okay.
that.
Thank you very much.
All right, Kate. I don't know. I think Kate wanted to say
Yeah,
something. From what she has read, she
madam,
wasn't closing the as you assume. So you should have allowed her to learn before you came in. Okay. So let's allow her to learn. She's probably not closing the class as you are assuming for her. Kate, would you like to come in?
Yes, madam, thank you. I was saying that on behalf of my colleagues, we want to thank you. As we'll be bringing the class to an end today, we'll be very happy to meet on our platform and then from the various angles from our colleagues, one or two issues that we have. We'll be very happy if we could forward it to you so that you can also help us. Even if you are not meeting us as a group, you could help us with certain explanations so that we'll forward it back to them on the page if that would be possible.
That's fine.
That's perfect. Thanks, Kate.
So you see, you did not allow her to learn. And now you are saying that's perfect. Okay.
She's been closing the class, so they thought maybe she's closing. That's why she's my sister.
Okay, so there are still hands up. Victor. Okay, Victor is on. Sandra.
Madam, like Auntie Kate said, because when I go through the self-assessment questions, in answering, there are some areas I'm so confused. And I think we will have to help us do those things, please. If
That was
possible.
exactly what I wanted us to do today. But I don't want us to come here and then answer the questions here. It will just be like the normal lecture that we have. So I wanted each of you to answer the questions on your own. And then areas that you find challenges, we come back here and we discuss them. Because if you answer all the questions here, it will be like the normal lecture. Some of you may not even remember what we said. So I want you to answer the questions on your own. Where you have challenges, please just get back to me. I have no issue with that. Yeah, like I think it's part of what Kate was saying. So you can compare all those all the places that you have challenges. But what I don't like is for you to bring all the questions back to me, answer them individually yourselves. And then the one or two that you have challenges, just forward them to me and then we'll find a way to sort those ones out. Okay.
Okay,
Dora.
thank you.
You're welcome. Dora.
Yes, thank you, madam. Yes, please. Madam, please. Unfortunately, last week some of us were not able to join the class. Saturday, I think there was a delay in the class, and when the class was rescheduled, we didn't see the messages, so we couldn't join the class last week. So please, madam, could you do me a favor by going back into minor and major classes, especially criteria for identifying word classes? It looks like I'm not getting that place very well. Thank you.
Done.
Okay, thank you very much, madam. I also want to thank you for your patience and everything. You have really helped us. And then want to find out, please, can we, the source material, is it there in soft copy so that we can look at it? As some of our colleagues are saying, after going through the slides, we find it difficult to answer some of the, assessment questions. So if we can get
No, I added the tutorial materials to it. Those ones, they come in a form of notes. So have you been able to access all the materials?
Yeah, the materials, I've opened a
No,
lot of them,
only
but
the slides that we have.
yes.
No, there are, I think, 2 or so that are actually in the form of notes. But no, listen, let's look
Please
at
don't talk. Which center are you? Which center are you?
Just for 2 general platforms. You don't put it on the general platform.
Please don't
Huh?
talk like that. Don't talk like that. Which of the general platforms are you talking
He
about?
placed it on the platform. He placed
Which
it
of
on
the
the
general
platform.
platforms?
And
Oh gosh.
he placed
He
it
place it on
You
where?
make the work so difficult
Sentence and
sometimes.
eight parts. We have
He
sentences
place
and
it
eight
on where?
parts. You have a platform for
Is
that.
it
So
the
why don't you put
Riverview
it on
group
that
or
one?
what?
No,
Is
it's
it the
not the
Riverview group?
Riverview. It's the
It's not a
main
It's on
platform.
riverview.
English
They are
major.
not on the main platform.
okay.
Please, we have a
All right,
platform for
hello,
That is why
sentence and
I
eight
hello,
said
parts.
hello,
those who
hello,
are not
hello,
on the main platform,
hello.
those who are not on the
Okay,
English major, just hide me. I will add you. We will resend to you. Others even hide me. I sent it to them personally. So if you are not on the English major and the study group, just hide me after the lesson. We'll add you and we will repost. Please, we are begging you.
okay.
Please,
So I
there's
think
a
that's
platform.
appropriate.
There is sentence and eight parts platform. Kindly post it there for us. Sentence and eight parts
Sentences
platforms.
and eight
Kindly post
parts.
it.
Which platform? I am
Yes.
not there. Myself, I am not even there with that
Oh,
platform.
okay.
I'm not aware.
Okay.
I'm not there. So
Why?
maybe if
Why
you
are you
The
not
add
there?
me.
other
You're
one
supposed to be
is
there. That's the main
created by
Take
platform.
your time.
What
the
difference
Who
does it
community.
make?
created that?
So if you are not on that one,
Hi here, then she will send it to you. Oh, is this
The
difficult?
sentence
My
and
dear,
part is the
that
main
platform,
platform.
you can add me. Please add me to that platform because I'm not aware of that platform, please. Kindly add me.
You
For
have to.
sentence
No
and
one
eight
will
parts.
add you. You have to join.
Sentence and eight parts, please.
Okay,
Hello.
okay. So
actually
Who
when
joined
you
from the
had it, it was
community?
given by Cape Coast. So you go and
hello,
join it
No,
by
no,
hello.
the
you
book,
joined from the
the this
community.
thing they gave us. Yes, you join from the community.
Please, it is for the English major. So you join from the community, the sentences
Yes,
and eight parts. You join from the
exactly.
community. Yes.
Exactly.
So please go to that post it there.
That's the main platform.
My dear,
That's the
those
main
are two
platform for all
persons.
of us.
Which is your center? Which center do you
The
belong?
center and eight parts
It
platform was
was
The
created
created
by
by
center
We don't
doesn't
have
those
a
match.
who are
center. That
present
is
The
the
center
in
doesn't
main
match.
one
English
the
major.
for
Please
the
go
platform.
to
whole
the
I'm
program.
English.
just
Major.
asking a question.
So
Which of
please,
the
See,
let
that's
me
Center
what
platform
know.
do
we
you
doesn't
have
belong?
Who
here.
is English major? So the center and the
Oh,
eight parts.
it's no good to do
No.
this
Ah,
on the
you just put
platform
it
at
on the
all.
Madam,
English
leave
center.
it on the
Oh,
platform. Eh?
meanwhile,
Please,
Compose
Madam is
please,
not
please,
yourself.
connected.
please, please, please.
Oh, please compose. Compose. What is that?
Of course, Madam is still around.
Please, let's not do this.
Are we done?
Madam, please,
Please,
sorry.
madam, continue.
Madam, we are
We are
sorry
so
for that,
sorry.
huh? You
So
shouldn't do
No,
sorry,
that at
Madam.
all.
it's normal. Don't worry. It's normal. But
It's
I want
never
to
normal.
find out something. The various groups that we have, do you have coursework for each group? Like Riverview, like Bolga, do you have coursework for each center? Is there anything like that?
Please, madam, we have
Yes, please.
English major.
Family Center, we have a coursework.
We have English major, and that one we all chose Madam Kate. I remember on the main platform for code. That is where we selected Madam Kate. But apart from that, we also have different platforms from different centers. So
Okay.
maybe you may know some that English sentence and eight parts. For me, I don't know anything about it, but we have English and she in our center at Sunyani. So maybe you may not be in the platform, and I may have some information which you people may not have. So understand yourself that Madam Kate sent her number that hi her so that she can add you to the English major. Maybe you were not there when we selected her. Many of us came late, so maybe you may not part of the group. That is the only group that we have apart from any group. English major. That is what we have. And there is no other group that, for me personally, I'm in. So apart from the English major, and as we are talking, she has already posted it. She has posted it. She has posted everything. So if you are not in, know that DM her so that she can add you. Simple. And she has even given her number. As we are talking, she has posted her number that everybody can DM her. So this is not serious. Just DM her. Then she will add you.
Okay.
The other part of group, maybe she herself is not there. Okay, let's understand it. Please.
Madam, the sentence.
Okay, if I've not called you, you can't talk. I'm sorry, if I haven't called you, don't talk, please. You hold on. So now, to make it simple, just send a hi to Kate, Madam Kate, and then let her send a side to you if that's how you want it. Okay, so Madam Kate, you don't need to save all the contacts that will be hiring you. When you see someone saying you just forward it to them, you delete the person's number. That's all. Because from what I hear, somebody, I think someone was making the suggestion that you join major group. But I've also seen some of you writing that not all of you are offering the English major. Some of you are doing minor. So it means that all
Hello,
you
madam.
will not find yourself on the same platform. So
Hello, madam.
Yes, Kate. I hope you are giving us a
Hello,
final
madam.
solution. Yes. Yes, Kate.
Madam, please, my concern was that now those who are not on the platform, they will hire me. Then maybe I add them. Because if I'm to send it to individuals, look at the data that is going on. Look at the time that you are going to send me other things for me to post. Okay? It means I'm going to send to those individuals. And it may not even occur to me that Kweku Anansi, Intekuma, and others have hired me before and I need to send the information to them. But if I add them to the platform, I put it there once and everybody have it. And that's exactly what we have been doing. So those who are not there, it's not that we have eaten the food and you didn't get some. We are still in the cooking process. Just hire me, I add you. We discuss a lot of things there. Madam, trust me, last semester, it really helped us. The last part of the blog, we were making discussions and all that. So we should, you hire me, I add you to the platform and we are good to go. And even there, we will not discuss sentence and each part alone. We'll discuss all the other English courses that we are doing. And that is what I want them to understand. Because I can't be sending to individuals. Otherwise, they'll have to send data or something. Thank you, madam, and over.
Hello, madam.
I
Hello,
agree with
madam.
you.
Thank you. If I'm not calling, don't
Oh,
talk.
madam.
You can't talk until I call you.
Oh.
By the way, Opoku, she didn't call you Anansi. It wasn't you. Now listen. So from all that you are saying, it looks like there are two groups: those offering English major and those offering English minor. So for those who are offering English minor, from what I Eugenia, please mute for us. Madam Eugenia, please mute. Belongs to those who are offering English major. So I want to believe those people have the slides. If you don't have it, those who are offering English major, if you don't have it, she has sent her number. Pick it, contact her and let her add you to the English major platform. For those offering English minor, I want to believe that you also have a platform. Is there anyone? Please, if you want to say something, just raise your hand. Is there anyone who is offering English minor? Just raise your hand. Don't talk. English minor. Daniel, are you English minor? Daniel.
No, please.
Okay.
I'm major, English major.
English minor. If someone,
Madam, English minor, Sandra.
Sandra.
Madam,
Do you have
Madam,
a
please, I raised my hand. Also raised my hand for a long time.
I will call you. Please hold on. Sandra, do you have a platform for English minor?
It's three and then three major and the English minor. That place.
Yes, you have a platform for that, right?
Yes, three major and English minor. That's where I am.
Okay, so can you contact Madam Kate so that she will give you the slides and then you post it there for those who are offering English minor?
Okay, madam.
Okay, so I think that settles it. If Madam Kate posts them, if she has posted them on the English major platform, and you are offering English major, but you are not on that platform, please contact her, let her add you to the group. She has already sent her number. And those who cannot join that group because you are offering English as a minor course, contact Madam Sandra. Madam Sandra, contact Madam Kate. Let us send you the slides so that you will post them on the English minor platform. I think that will take care of both groups.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
What about those fancy major? Fancy major, fancy major and English minor. Right. The groups are many. Please, you too, pick Madam Kate's number, contact her, let her send you the slides, and then go and post them on the English minor and fancy major platform. I think that settles it. Okay, if not, we'll be going back and forth on this one. So I believe you have settled that one. Okay, now let's go back to the hands that are still up. Dora.
Yes, madam. Madam, please.
Hey,
I want to
Dora, please,
remind you
I'll
about.
come to you, Dora. Hold on. Yeah, Dora, go on.
Okay, please. Thank you. Okay, madam, please. I'm reminding you about my question on the words.
I've not forgotten. I haven't forgotten about it. Hold
Yes,
on.
please. But the other thing too, I want Madam Kate to know is that the Riverview online is not only for people who are from Riverview. Those of us in the northern region, we are not many. So we are always part of the online classes. So sometimes we join UCC, sometimes they add us to Riverview. So this particular block, we are with Riverview. But we are not offering fancy. We are rather some are doing religion, some are doing history, different subjects. But yet we are part of this group. So that's why we were saying that if the thing is on the main UCC sentence part group, then that one everybody in all over the country will get it. Because it's not only those in Riverview that are on this platform. Those of us in the northern region, whom we are not many, and we don't have a center, we always join these people. So this particular block, all the courses we are with Riverview online. So we don't have
Madam, on that national platform that you are talking about,
yes,
haven't you seen any of these slides over there? Because
yes,
aside
we've seen the slides. We've seen the slides, but the book you are talking about is not on it. That's what we wanted her to understand.
Okay, and then I think Madam Kate also said that platform that you are making reference to, she's not there. So probably you can pick her number and then add her to that platform. Okay. Now, I wanted to say that in addition to the slides that I've sent you and then the tutorials that I've sent you, you've been given reference materials, reading list. Each lesson comes with a reading list. Okay. And that book contains everything that we are doing. So don't just rely on the slides. Look for that. For instance, this particular lesson, the reference was given. Yes, there is a reference. Greenbaum and Sydney, 1996. And now you can find most of these online. Don't let us rely on the slides alone, because the slide will be like, even yours, it contains a lot. It has a lot of content. But when you go further to read this recommended reading materials, they add more to what you have on the slides. Okay, so please go beyond the slides to look at the recommended reading, the readings that have been attached to each of the slides. Please look at them, read them, and they will add more to what you have on the slides. Don't rely on the slides alone, please. And Madam Dora, I think I've addressed this already. Madam Kate said she's not on that platform, so you can help her by picking her contact and then giving it to whoever the administrator is, asking them to add her so that she can forward the slides there if that will solve the problem. We've been going back and forth. No, Joel, I almost forgot about you. Joel, let's hear you now.
Thank you, Madam, for the opportunity once again. Actually, I have two issues to address. And the first have to do with the puhaha that was happening on the platform. I actually wanted to add that, Madam Kate, this morning during our drama class, I was having a chilling with some of the courses. Then I just picked her number and hi her. He added me to a platform that the courses are there. Then I enjoyed. So please, let's not drag issues. If you are not there, just pick the number and then hi her too.
Yes.
Then my second concern is that, Madam, respectfully, this course is like a fill-in course or a true or false course. The way the handout and the structure is recognized. So please, how will they ask easy questions? That is my greatest concern now. How will the easy questions be?
I think they've given some sample essay questions on. It means we haven't looked at the self-assessment questions. This one, see, this one, you just look at the first part. Using appropriate example, distinguish between inflectional morphemes and derivation. This is an essay type of question. And then when you look at each of the lessons, all the slides, we have the parts, the essay parts, and then the other questions. So these questions, when you take the slides, you will have these questions on each of them. Okay. But I think I also told Kate that I'm going to contact some people to see if I can get past questions. So that I will send them to Kate and then she will forward them to you. But the essay type of questions, the way they set the questions, samples can be found on each of the slides or in each of the lessons that we have done, the slides. We have samples on all of them. But I also contact your seniors to see if I can get some past questions for you. Now, Dora, Daniel, the last. Daniel, your comments will be the last. Then we move on. Daniel.
Yes, madam. Please, I want to say this because we will be doing subsequent courses, and this is very important. It's very important for us to realize that we are all doing different, measures. Some are doing history major, some are doing Ghanaian language major, some are doing English major, and then others. So when you are a class rep, you are supposed to join the main platform which UCC has created. Because UCC has created a main platform which none of us can add anybody to such groups. So if you are going to be a class rep, it means that you have to be on the main platform regardless of the center you are. So that when we are going to do a particular course and a lecturer sends you materials, then you put it on the main platform which UCC has created, not a particular platform which you have created. Because the platform that you have created, not all centers have access to that platform. So a class rep, you put a particular course material on a platform you have created. There's no way all the centers across the country will get access to that platform. But the one that UCC has created, they have put a link on the main platform which everybody has access to join. And when you join, every course for any particular block is listed. So when you are on that particular platform for the course, regardless of whichever your major is, you will have access to the materials when they are put there. So this is very important so that the subsequent courses we are going to have, we will not have these challenges. So every class rep, you must be on the course that you are class rep of. If you are not on that particular course platform, any material you are going to send, there is no way that everybody will have access to the materials. So the course platforms matter than major, platforms. So that is what I want to put across. Nobody can add another person on those platforms too. Thank you.
All right. I thought I said Nandia was the last person. Who is this? Cynthia.
Yes, madam. Madam, I think this issue, we are dragging this issue too much. If you go back to the main platform, she has already posted the things over there. All the slides are there, and we don't need to drag this issue further because she has already done the needful. Thank you, madam.
Okay. All right. So, coming back to Dora. Last week, Dora, last week, what did we do? So does it mean that
Madam,
Monday we
that
couldn't
was
do?
the Monday. Yes, we were not aware of it because I think they posted it on their Valley View page. So those of us in the northern part, we were not aware of that class, so we couldn't join.
Okay, so Monday we looked at the minor word classes. When we met on Monday, we looked at the minor word classes. We looked at prepositions. We looked at conjunctions, the type of conjunction. I don't know whether it will be possible for me to take a few minutes to go over. I don't know if there are others who couldn't.
Madam,
Yes, please. Some of us did not know, so we couldn't join.
Yes, go over, madam. Yes, go over.
Hold on. Okay, so this is what we did. This was what we did last week. In fact, I'm just going to skip to key areas. We can't go through the lesson from beginning to end again. So I'll just, we looked at the minor word classes, pronouns, determinants, auxiliary verbs, prepositions, and then conjunctions. This were what we did. And look at the reading material I was talking about that you should try and get in addition to the slides. So we've already discussed what minor classes are, and we've already said that they are they're also known as closed word classes. And so last week we went on to look at the types of minor word classes. We looked at the pronoun, where you saw that the pronoun functions in place of, or it is used in place of the nominal group. You know that pronouns are usually used in place of nouns. And we look at the categories of pronouns that we have, where we have the first person pronoun, second person, and then the third person. So the first person is the one who is speaking, the second person is the one who is being addressed, and then the third person is the one who is being spoken about. The person is not present. They are talking about the person. Now, in terms of case, we can talk of the nominative case, which traditionally we refer to as the subjective case, the accusative case, which we normally refer to as the objective case, then the genitive case, that's the possessive case. So, in terms of personal pronouns, then they are please mute. Then they are being mute for us, please. So, in terms of the personal pronouns, we can talk of the singular I, as the nominative case, and then we as the plural form. That's a still on the personal pronoun. And then when you take the accusative case, that is the when it is used in the objective sense. Then we have me as singular, us, and then us as plural. And it runs through when it comes to the third person. There we can have the masculine and then the feminine and neuter, where masculine he, feminine she, neuter becomes the it. That one also follows in that order. When we are using it in the nominative case, that's in the subjective case, then we have he, she, it. When we are using it in the accusative case or the objective case, then we have him, her, it. And the genitive case becomes, or the possessive case becomes his, her, it. So when you get the size, you can study the rest on the table. Then we went on to look at the types of pronouns. We talked about the reflexive and an intensive pronouns. While we said the reflexive pronoun looks back on the speaker, while the intensive pronouns lays emphasis on the speaker. So when you look at these examples, Adelaide hurt herself. Adelaide bought herself a new Lamborghini. Rudy talks to himself a lot. So here, the Adelaide hurt herself. Herself is used in the reflexive sense. It is referring back to the subject. It is looking back on the subject. But then when you compare these examples when you compare the previous examples to these examples, I myself put the books on the table. He himself came here. The headmistress herself. So in this example, you realize that the pronouns have been used to lay emphasis on the fact that it was a subject that did something. When the pronouns are used in this way, then we are looking at intensive pronouns. But then when they are used to just refer back to the subject, Adelaide hurt herself, is different from Adelaide herself did the work. Adelaide hurt herself. Here it is referring back to Adelaide. So here herself has been used in the reflexive sense. But if you say Adelaide herself did the work, Adelaide herself did the work, then herself here has been used in the intensive form. It is laying emphasis on the fact that it was the subject who did the work. So that's the difference between intensive pronoun and then reflexive pronoun. Then we can also talk of the demonstrative pronouns, where you can identify 4 of them: this, that, these, those. So in terms of number, this and that show singularity, whereas these and those mark plurality. And then again, in terms of distance, this and this indicate that the object the speaker is referring to are very close to the speaker. But that and those indicate that the objects are far away from the speaker. So there are 4 of the demonstrative pronouns, and those are the ones we've talked about. Then we went to look at indefinite and interrogative pronouns. And we saw that the indefinite pronouns make general reference. They don't refer to any specific person or specific place or specific object. They make general reference. Somebody, anybody, anyone, both, each, everyone, many, most. They don't point to anything they don't specify what they are talking about. Then we have the interrogative pronouns, which usually begin questions. They introduce questions. Who invented the telescope? So who, which, where, They are all interrogative pronouns. They precede questions. They are used in asking questions. Then we went on to look at the functions of pronouns. But then, because pronouns are used in place of nouns or nominal groups, they also perform the functions that nouns and nominal groups perform. So in that sense, they can function as subject, they can function as object, just as we saw when we were looking at functions of nominal groups. And so they are running home. Those are mongols who invented so you realize that in these examples, the pronouns have been used in the subjective sense. And then in each place of the pronouns that have been highlighted, we can replace them with nouns or nominal groups. So they also function as objects where they receive the action. I consulted everyone. So everyone here is an object. I invited him. And then last Monday, we also looked at why whom is said to be an object here, because whom is used in the objective sense, whereas who is used in the subjective sense. So in what the sentence actually is trying to say is, I offended whom. And so whom here is a pronoun that is functioning as an object. So that's the second function of the pronoun. And their pronouns can also function as complements. Remember the last time we said that complements, and if it is subject complement, both the subject and the complement refer to the same person. And they usually follow linking verbs. So pronouns can also function as complement, as you can see in the examples on the slides. And then they also function as prepositional complements when they follow prepositions. Okay, so I gave the book to her. So her is following the preposition to function as prepositional complement. In this, to whom. So pronouns can also function or function as prepositional complements, and they also perform the dative function. When they are performing the dative function, remember when we were looking at the parts of a group, we said that the group can be made up of the dative, post-dative. We talked about numerals, numerative, epithets, classifier, Latin, and then quantifier. And then we said the dative, it does the pointing job. It points at something. This, that, yours, this bag, that bag, those bags, your student, his girlfriend. Here they are pointing at the object or the person in question. So in addition to function as subject, object, subject complement, prepositional complement, they also perform the dative function. Then we went on to look at determinants. And we identified 4 different classes of determinants, including articles, example, a, and, one, quantifiers, numerals, demonstratives. Then in terms of the functions too, Daniel.
Madam, please. You did mention of whom being an object. It confuses me sometimes. Whom being or performing the function of object here, but starting the sentence. Could you please elaborate it?
Those who are around last Monday, can you answer his question? Because we discussed this extensively. Can anyone help him understand why we say it's an object rather than a subject? Then were you around on Monday?
No, please. I wasn't around. So I couldn't.
Those who are around on Monday. Yes, the other Daniel. You are around on Monday, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. What has happened that it's when it comes to pronoun, whom itself is an objective pronoun, and then the subjective form is the who. So whom did you give the book to? So in that case, whom that becomes the object. So when it takes the place of an who itself, it normally takes the place of object in the sentence. So in that case, it is an object when it's used that way. Thank you.
I am more confused.
The way you explained it, I couldn't get it.
He has not even landed, and you are saying you are more confused. You did not allow him to land. Or you yourself. Eh? No, he did not land.
So,
Then have you landed?
Yes, I've landed, madam.
He did land.
Okay. All right. Selena and Daniel, thank you. Selena, is it Selena?
Yes, madam. Madam, please, I
Selena.
want to try if I could. Yes, I want to try if I can make meaning. Please, from our basics, we saw that object suffers an action of a verb. So, whom becomes the receiver of the action. So it makes whom an object.
Simply. Okay. Thank you. Who is this? Joel.
Thank you, madam. Well, to my understanding, the whom is an object because the whom is the one who is suffering the action. For example, in the sentence 3 that you gave, whom did I offend? Is the whom who is suffering the action of the offending. So I did the offense, then I have offended someone. So the one that has been offended is the object. Who receives the action of the offense is the what? The object. In this case, the whom is the one that receives the what? The action of the offense. That is why it is functional as a what? An object. Thank you.
And can we say that the I over there is the subject? Looking at the position of the I.
No, please. Who suffered the consultation? I consulted everyone. Who suffered the consultation?
Where is the one who asked the question? Daniel, where is he?
I am here.
Yes,
I am
madam,
here.
I'm here.
Okay. I think he's asking a question if you could respond.
The question again, please.
I said in the sentence, it said that I consulted everyone. In this case, who is suffering the action of the consultation?
Everyone.
Yes. So in that case, everyone is the what? The object. Thank you.
Yes, I know that. But looking at the sentence over there, it seems it was whom did I offend? And we know a sentence to contain a subject. And we are saying that whom over there is functioning as an object. And I want to find out whether I over there is functioning as a subject or it is
Daniel,
maintaining a role as an object.
Okay, thank you. I is the doer of the action. So in that case, the I is the what? The subject. The subject is the doer of an action in the sentence. So the I there is doing the offending to whom? So that means the I is the subject, the whom is the object. Then
good.
And that.
Yes. Daniel, I hope you are not assigning the functions to the words based on, like, you are just looking at the syntactic position. I hope that's not what you are doing. Because if you look at only the syntactic position to assign the function to a word, you may get it wrong because you kept asking where I is. Does it mean it's a subject? Yes, I wasn't at the beginning. But over there, it is I that is in more or less performing the action. So in a different way, the sentence should have read, I offended whom. Okay, so in that case, I is a subject and then whom becomes the object. I remember last Monday, I don't remember who the person was, but the person went further to do his own reading and then came back to confirm that whom is used in the objective sense. And the sentence that we just saw, I is the one who is performing the action of the offense. And the offense is directed at someone, that is whom. So don't be confused by the syntactic positions of the words, but look at what they are actually doing in the sentence. And that is what will help you to know what their functions or their roles are within the sentence. And I'm expecting to hear from you.
Yeah, yes, please. I've understood it. So what you just explained to me, I've really uh, appreciated it. Thank you, madam.
All right. Cynthia, is it on the same issue?
Yes,
If you
madam.
clarify further.
Yes, I was trying to explain it to him.
I think he has gotten it now.
Yes,
So
yes.
we can move further. Okay.
Let's move on.
All right. So we are looking at determinants now, and you said that they perform the dative function. When we're looking at the part of the nominal of the group, we saw that the dative comes first. It does the pointing action. And often, if I may refer you back to the table I shared with you when we were looking at the part of a group, there was a table there that I went through with you. And there were some parts that have been ticked to indicate that those words that have been ticked perform those particular functions. And realize that when it comes to a dative function, determinants, under the determinant, there was a tick there to show that determinants often perform the dative function. They do the pointing. The book is on the shelf. A woman, one gentleman, that's mistake. So when they precede the noun to point to the noun, then they are performing the dative function like we said some weeks back. And they can also perform the numerative function where they talk about the number 1, 2, many, some, and so on. Now, on this part, auxiliary verbs, remember when we were looking at the major word classes, we talked about verbs. In the minor word classes, we are not talking about verbs in general, but we are talking about auxiliary verbs. If you remember, when we were looking at the major word classes, we said that the verb, there are two forms of verbs or two classes of verbs, main verbs and auxiliary verbs. So the main verbs belong to the major word classes, whereas the auxiliary verbs belong to the minor word classes. So don't be confused that we mentioned verbs when we're looking at the major word classes, and we're mentioning verbs again and the minor word classes. And the major word classes, we are making reference to the main verbs, and then here we are focusing on the auxiliary verbs. So when it comes to the auxiliary verbs, you can talk of the primary auxiliaries and then the modal auxiliaries, where we have primary auxiliaries as being the various forms of the verb be, the various forms of the verb have, and then the various forms of the verb do. Do, done, doing, have, had, has, be, was, were, being. All those forms are as being the primary auxiliaries, whereas we have the modal auxiliaries can, could, may, should, and what have you. So primary auxiliaries, I've mentioned the forms already. So when you talk about be, the verb be, it can be used with the ing form to indicate something in the progressive form. She is working, ing. It's a form of the verb be. And then they can also be used with the past form en to indicate a passive form or a passive voice. Then we have the have that can be used together with en to form the perfective meaning. And then do. You know, we have bare infinitives and then true infinitives. Now, when you use the verb do, or yes, the auxiliary verb do, it goes with the verbs in the bare infinitive form. The verb do goes with verbs in the bare infinitive form, verbs in their base form, not verbs that have been inflected. We just talked about inflectional morphemes. So when I say verbs that have been inflected, I want to believe you understand what I'm saying. We are not looking at verbs in the ing form or verbs in the en form, but verbs in their base form. That is, they go with the verbs do. Then we have the modal form that can show obligation, ability, incarnation, possibility, and so on. But here again, when we were talking about the verbs under the major word classes, I remember I told you that when you take an auxiliary verb, its concept may change depending on the context. You must read this book. You must read this book. Is a lecturer in? She must be in. She must be in. You must read this book. You realize that in both cases, I've used the auxiliary verb must. But whereas you must read the book indicates obligation, he must be in indicates a possibility. Cynthia.
Madam, please, under the auxiliary verse, I'm confused. The other day I was not there, so with the are, is, and the others, where can we place them, please? Those verbs.
Where can you place them? Answer.
As in under verbs, because under verb we have the main verbs, that is the dance, go, and those ones. What about the are,
We are
is,
asking whether are, is, and so on, whether they are main verbs or auxiliary verbs.
verbs? Yes. Thank you.
When you see are in isolation, can you assign the meaning to it?
No, madam.
What about it?
The same thing.
Okay, so they are classified as auxiliary verbs. But then
Okay.
when in situations when they appear in sentences alone, in situations where they don't have other verbs that they are supporting, they are treated like main verbs, but they are actually auxiliary verbs. So when you have a sentence like he is a boy, he is a boy. In this case, is there alone. But when you have he is eating the food, in this case, is occurring with another verb eating. So is supporting eating. So in the second, it's an auxiliary verb. Very new to us. So in is eating, is there supporting the main verb eating. So is a helping verb in this sense, or auxiliary verb in this sense. But if you take he is a boy alone, so it is behaving like a main verb. But in actual sense, they are all classified under or as auxiliary verbs. Cynthia, are you okay?
Thank you.
All right. Jessica, please mute for us. Thank you. Another person is talking. Okay. Now, auxiliary verbs can perform two functions, finite or auxiliary. So the auxiliary is what I just talked about. If it occurs with the main verb, then over there it is performing the auxiliary function. It is helping the main verb. When we're looking at the verbal group, remember we said that the verbal group, the first good, Hannah good. So remember we said that in the verbal group, we have the first verb often carries the tense. So the first verb is often the finite verb followed by the predicator. Okay. So if auxiliary verb occurs with other verbs and it comes first, it can perform the finite function. She has eaten the food. She has eaten the food. Has eaten is a verbal group. Has is an auxiliary verb, but it occurs first. So in this sense, it marks tense. So it is a finite verb. Now, if we compare it, or if we consider it in relation to the main verb it is occurring with, then in this case, it is helping the main verb. So auxiliary verbs can function as auxiliary when they occur with main verbs to help the main verbs. They can also function as the finite verbs in a verbal group when they occur, when they happen to be the first element occurring in the verbal group. We talked about this when we were talking about the verbal group. And then Hannah reminded us of the conflict. Remember that we said that in the verbal group, we have the verb that is marking the finite, and then the other one, which is the predicate. But when we have a situation where only one verb occurs, then that verb is finite at the same time predicate. And when it happens that way, it means the verb is performing the conflict function. So she is a boy. She is a girl. Sorry, she is a girl. In this case, is there alone. So it is marking tense. That is, it is function as a finite and at the same time the predicate because it is there alone. So in this case, is performing the conflict function. All these things I'm saying, I'm just repeating what we did when we were looking at the verbal group. So it's just a revision of what we have already done when we were under the verbal group. So auxiliary verbs can function as a finite verb, as a finite in a verbal group. That is, if we have a string of verbs and the first one happens to be an auxiliary, it carries, or it marks tense, so it carries the finite function. And then if it occurs with another verb too, it helps the main verb, so it performs the auxiliary function. Then we went on to look at prepositions. Remember we said that when we're looking at the rank scale, we said that we can have only one preposition, one phrase, which is prepositional phrase. Remember we said we have only one phrase, which is the prepositional phrase, and it is introduced by a preposition. So now we are looking at the preposition that introduces the prepositional phrase. So here we see that if written, a preposition combines with a nominal group to form the prepositional phrase. What this means is that when you take a prepositional phrase, we have preposition plus nominal group. Inside the car. Inside the car. Inside is a preposition. The car is a nominal group. The two come together to form the prepositional phrase inside the car. That's why we said that prepositions combine with nominal group to form prepositional phrases. Now let's look at the types of prepositions that we have. We have simple prepositions and then complex prepositions. The simple prepositions are the prepositions, the one-word preposition, let's put it in that way. The one-word prepositions: inside, in, behind, in front, within, upon, before, after. Those ones, those single words or single word prepositions are the simple prepositions. Then we have the complex ones. It's made up of more than one word, because of, in spite of, in front of. They are all complex prepositions. Then functions of prepositions. When we're looking at the prepositional phrase, remember we said that the preposition that precedes the nominal group in the prepositional phrase behaves like a verb. And so we often refer to it as a minor predicator. I did not say it is a verb. I said it behaves like a verb. So we often refer to it as a minor predicator. And as a minor predicator, it takes a complement. And that complement is what is fulfilled by the nominal group that follows it. So in the basket, in here, that is the minor predicator, takes a complement, the basket. So if we are to talk about the functions of a preposition, then you can say that a preposition functions as a minor predicator within a prepositional phrase. It functions as a minor predicator in a prepositional phrase. And as a minor predicator, it takes a complement. And that complement is what is often realized by the nominal group that follows the preposition. We want to look at the last, is it the last? Maybe. So we want to look at the last member of the minor word classes. That's the conjunctions. So the conjunctions simply indicate the act of putting together, the joining parts together. So you know, conjunctions join structures together. It ensures there's unity. It ensures there's a flow and so on. So we can identify two subclasses of conjunctions. That's the coordinate conjunctions and then subordinate conjunctions, or coordinators and subordinators, as we've been teaching our students. So let's look at the coordinating conjunctions. We can talk of simple coordinators, pseudo coordinators, and then correlative coordinators. A hand went up, but it went down again. So that, Daniel.
Whether interjection is part of the part of speech, the interjections.
It's part of.
Because I've not found it. The part of speech.
Interjection is supposed to. Yes, it belongs to the minor word classes, but we are not considering it here. But it's part of the minor word classes.
Okay, thanks. It seems it's not been treated over here. That's why I asked.
Yes, it's not been treated over here, but it's actually part of the minor word classes.
Okay, thanks.
All right. So the simple coordinators, we have and, but, or, the pseudo ones. And last Monday, I asked this, you know, when you are teaching your student coordinators and you want them to be able to remember, there is this, should I say acronym or something that you use to help them to remember it? And last Monday, somebody reminded us. I believe the rest of you remember that, right?
Yes,
We call it
fanboys.
mnemonics.
Fanboy. Yes.
Mnemonics.
Yes, that's what we normally use to help our students to remember the coordinators. Then we also have the tail, that's the correlative conjunctions. They also fall under the or within the or under the coordinating conjunctions. Both and, not only but, whether or neither nor. They are all under coordinating conjunctions. So you can look at these examples. The first one illustrates sample coordinators. So and as a sample coordinator, Jack and Jill, Jack and Jill. So and is linking Jack with Jill. So and is a sample coordinator. Let's look at this correlative conjunction. Both Jack and Jill. Both Jack and Jill. In this case, Jack is placed between both and. And so both and, the two, treated as a unit, is linking Jack with Jill. So that's an example of correlative conjunctions. Let's look at the types of subordinators that we have. We can talk about adverbial subordinators, nominal subordinators, and then relative subordinators. This table illustrates or gives you the types of adverbial subordinators that we can use and then what they are used for or their meaning. So adverbial subordinators indicate time, concession, reason, purpose, manner, condition. And then in terms of time, some of the subordinators we use to indicate time include as, after, when. For instance, when he saw me, he waved. So the conjunction when is a subordinator. What kind of subordinator? Adverbial subordinator, because it indicates time. In the same way we have with while, as, and so on. So when you get the table, you can study it to look at what each of the adverbial subordinator is used for, what it means when you use it. Those that are used for to indicate condition, indicate manner, and so on. Then the second group of subordinators is the nominal subordinators. And these subordinators introduce nominal clauses. The nominal subordinators introduce nominal clauses. So when we talk of nominal clauses, we are talking about clauses that are used in place of nouns. God's way.
Yes, thank you, madam. Please, I know that traditionally, yet is part of the coordinating conjunctions, but the examples given, I couldn't see yet among them. So I'd like to know where we will place yet.
Yet is supposed to be part of, okay, hold on. Okay, it's the same hand, right? It's the same God's way. Who has a question,
Yes,
right?
please.
Okay,
Yes.
it's the same hand. Yes. So traditional yes is supposed to be part of the coordinators.
Okay.
Yeah. It is part of the pseudo coordinators. Like yeah.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
All right. So the nominal subordinators, I said they introduce nominal clauses. And when you talk about a nominal clause is a clause that can be used in place of a noun. Nominal. A clause that can be used in place of a noun. In that case, nominal clauses can perform the functions that nouns can perform, just as when you are dealing with nominal groups. So the subordinators that introduce nominal clauses are known as nominal subordinators. Whom I should call. I don't know whom I should call. We can just say, I don't know him. We can just say, I don't know Accra. We can just say, I don't know the man. But I don't know whom I should call. So whom I should call is occupying the position that is normally occupied by nouns. So whom I should call is a nominal clause. What you don't know might hurt you. What you don't know might hurt you. You can just say the cat might hurt you. He might hurt you. So what you don't know is a clause. But in this case, it is occupying the position of a noun. In other words, it is performing the function of a noun. So here it's a nominal clause. And the conjunction that introduces it is a nominal subordinator. You can talk of the same when you look at sentence 3 and then sentence 4. Now, pay attention to this other group, the relative conjunctions. Yes, the which might hurt you, Helena, thank you. Pay attention to this one, relative pronouns. They are similar to the pronouns, the words, the subordinators that introduce relative pronouns are similar to the subordinators that introduce nominal clauses. I will repeat it. The subordinators that introduce nominal clauses are similar to the subordinators that introduce relative pronouns. The difference comes about by looking at the context, how they have been used. For nominal clauses, I've already said that they are used in place of nouns. So they can function as subjects, they can function as objects, they can function as complement. But when it comes to relative clauses, they are placed after nouns to throw more light on nouns, on the nouns. They are not functioning as nouns, but they are functioning as modifiers of nouns. So before every relative clause, there will be a noun that particular relative clause will modify what we traditionally refer to, or what we refer to as antecedent. Relative clauses take antecedents, but nominal clauses do not. Let me compare. Okay, we have who here. Let's take that, because we have that and the nominal clauses, and then we have that and the relative clauses. So I will use sentence 2 and the relative pronouns, and then sentence 4 and the nominal subordinators to explain what I'm saying. So I suspect that he was wanted by the police. I suspect that he was wanted by the police. So that he was wanted by the police is a nominal clause. It's occupying a position that is normally occupied by a clause, a noun, sorry. And over here, it is functioning as an object. You could just say, I suspect him. I suspect Kofi. I suspect that man. I suspect Kwame. So here, that he was wanted by the police is occupying a position that is usually occupied by a noun. It is following a verb. But then when you look at the relative clause, the cat that caught the mouse was jubilant. Here, the relative clause that caught the mouse has been embedded within a nominal group to modify the head word, which is the cat. In this sentence, realize that caught the mouse is taking an antecedent or it is occurring after a noun to modify that noun, which is the antecedent, which is the cat. So relative clauses, like I said, they perform the modification function. They are placed after nouns to modify the nouns. They do modify. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay. My slide is
Madam,
gone.
please, you went off. You went off a little.
Yes. I lost connection. Do you still see the slides? Because I don't see mine here.
Yes,
Yes, we can see it.
we can see.
Okay.
Madam, please, I
And
can't
now
see
we
it.
can see it has gone. It has come
Okay.
back.
I
Yes,
hope you can
madam.
see it now. Okay. Okay, let's hear you. You see it? Yeah, let's hear you.
Madam, I wanted to ask that with relative clause, they ask questions why something happened or and now acted in a certain way. Is that how can you explain it in that manner?
I don't get your question. If you can take it again.
I was asking that with relative conjunctions, they ask questions why, where, and then when. Can you explain it in that manner if you want to give an explanation with regards to relative conjunction as compared to uh, uh, the other one?
Okay. If you look at it that way, you limit yourself in a way. Then how do you treat the relative pronoun that? How do you treat that one? Because that one doesn't ask a question. How do you treat that one? So
Okay.
when you limit yourself to the fact that they ask questions, then you may find yourself in trouble when it comes to dealing with some of them, something like that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Selena.
Madam, please. Then it means the relative pronouns or the relative clauses in the relative pronouns, they qualify or post modify the noun it comes after.
Yes. And the noun they come after, that noun is what we refer to as antecedent.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question? Okay. So this was what we looked at last week on the minor word classes. And these are the self-assessment questions that you need to go and look at. And for this one, I've talked about it already. Somewhere along the line, somebody asked to see samples of essay type questions. So these are also examples of essay type questions. discuss 3 classes or types of pronouns, carefully examine the function of pronouns. So these are all essay type questions. But like I said, they are there on the slides. So it's up to you to go through the slides and then the self-assessment questions. So for those of you who couldn't join us on Monday, this was what we did on Monday. Dora, is Dora
Thank you
there?
very much, madam. Yes, please, I'm
Okay.
there.
All right.
Thank you so much, madam. We are very grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Gifty.
Madam, please, I want to ask a question, but it's not on this one. I don't know whether you are finished with this one, so I can go ahead with it. Please, when we're doing the groups, we looked at the nominal, the adverbial, and the verbal, but we didn't look at the adjective. I wanted to ask a question, but my network failed me big time, so it went off totally. So I couldn't ask that question. I don't know whether you can please answer me now.
It's part of it. It's just that when we're looking at the nominal group, whereas that nominal group has a noun as its head word, then the verbal group has a verb as its head word, then adverbial group. So that the adverbial group also has an adjective. Excuse me. So that the adverbial group also has an adjective as its head word. So something like really beautiful indeed. Really beautiful indeed. What's the head word of this construction? Really beautiful indeed.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And beautiful is an adjective.
Yes.
So it is treated just like we did for, it wasn't captured in the slides, but it's treated just as we did for nominal group, verbal group. It has an adjective of its head word, and it performs the function that adjectives perform.
Okay. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you, madam.
You're welcome. Is there any other question, please? Serena, is it the old hand? Or a new
Madam,
one?
please, is the old one, but it's still waiting. Madam, please, I had wanted you to talk a little bit on morphines for me again, if it is possible.
Hey, madam.
Madam, please, just a summary of it, please. I beg.
A summary of morphemes.
Yes, madam.
Okay, can I get someone to do that for me? Morphemes, we just treated morphemes. I need someone to just give me a summary of what we did on morphemes, what they are, the types. I need someone to help me out. Anyone?
Okay, let me try.
Thank you.
Okay. When we talk of morpheme, morpheme is one aspect of grammatical unit, and it is the smallest part of the grammatical unit. So with morpheme, we have two types, which is the free morpheme and the bound morpheme. So with the free morpheme, we said that a word that morpheme can stand on its own. That will have a meaning. Or the bound morpheme, it has to attach to another morpheme to give a meaning. So, for example, let's take a word like, interest. So, interest is a word, but it's a morpheme. When you put it there, it can be a morpheme. But this time around, it is a free morpheme because when you talk of interest, interest can have a meaning. When you say interest, you can deduce meaning from it. But the moment you introduce the past marker and make it interested, that past marker that has been introduced to it, here we can have two morphemes. That is the past marker ed that is attached to the main word. So the past marker here becomes the bound morpheme because the ed, it cannot stand alone and have meaning. But if you attach it to the root word, that is interest, and making it interested, then you can have meaning with regards to attaching the ed to it. So, madam, this is the little I can say about morpheme. Thank you.
Well done. Anyone to add more? Serena.
Madam, please, and what of the inflectional morpheme?
Okay, so I'll continue from where you see left off. Jemima, do you want to respond?
No, please, please, I actually need help. Madam, please, I'm also in the same situation as the lady. So I really
Are you
enjoyed when
sure
the
you
gentleman.
joined us? When we were looking at morphemes, are you sure you were here, you have joined? Were you with us when we were looking at morphemes?
Please, I was with you, but I didn't really grasp the concept. So it has
Oh, that's why
been challenging me.
ask
So
questions as we
when the gentleman was explaining, I was really getting it until he left. So please, I need more light thrown on that. And also on the rank scale, rank shift and the rank scale, please. Those are my areas that are bothering me. Thank you, madam. Please.
Kate.
Hello, madam.
Yeah.
When you were explaining, they were fighting me, so they didn't hear. Please, with the inflectional one, you said that it doesn't change its word class. Example, watch is a verb. When ed is added to it, become watches, still a verb. That is how I understood that. The inflectional ones, they don't change their word class.
Good. Good, thank you. So, like Yusuf and Kate have said, we identified two main classes of morphemes, bound and then free morphemes. Then we said the free morphemes, we have the full morphemes and then empty morphemes, which I believe Yusuf explained that. And then the bound morphemes, we have the inflection and derivational. The inflection is what Kate just explained, that they are class changing. They just help us to form tense, that's maybe past tense. They help to indicate the number, whether single or plural. And then they also help to mark concord. So the example that Kate gave, and then when you also take the word table, the table is a noun. When you add s to it, tables, it's still a noun. So the inflectional morphemes are class maintaining. In other words, when you add the inflectional morphemes, you are not forming, you are not creating new words. It's the same word that you are using, but then it will help us to maybe form the plural form of tense, as I said earlier. And then we have the derivational morphemes. They are actually derive new words. They create new words, and so most often they are class changing. So morphemes like er, ment, when you add them to base words, they will change the class of the word to another word. For instance, when you add er to the verb teach, it becomes teacher. Teacher is this time around no longer a verb, but it's a noun. When you add ment to add entertain, we have entertainment. Entertain is a verb, but now we are getting a noun, entertainment. So the derivational morphemes are added to the base word to create new words, or mostly they are class changing. But you also saw that there are a few derivational morphemes that are not class changing, that still maintain the class, and they are known as the class maintaining derivational words, something like shape. Something like shape, as in friendship. We have friend is a noun, friendship is a noun. In that case, it is just the meaning that differs a bit. So mostly when you talk of morphemes, we are talking about the smallest grammatical unit, and then there are two major types: free morpheme, bound morphemes. Where free morphemes we have full and empty, and then bound morphemes we have inflectional, gravational. And then we talk of the allomorphs that we said there are different realizations of the same morpheme. And then the one who was talking about rank scale and rank shift, the rank scale we just talked about arranging the element grammatical units in order of size. Okay, so the grammatical unit we have clause, we have groups, we have phrases, we have words, and then we have morphemes. And so when you weigh them, which of them is the largest, followed by which one, followed by which one. So when you arrange these units according to their size, then we have rank scale. So on the rank scale, cross comes first. Cross at the top, because cross is the largest, followed by word and group and phrase. They are at the same level. And then we have word, and then we have morpheme. And then we talked of the rank shift, where we said that rank shift occurs when a larger unit comes down to perform the function of a smaller unit. And so here, when a clause performs the function that is usually performed by a word or a group, then that clause has rank shifted. For instance, the man who came here is my father. The man who came here is my father. Who came here is the man. Now the man, and the modification function is often performed by groups or words. So here we have a whole clause that has come down and it's performing the function that is usually performed by a group or a word. So in this case, we say that the clause who came here has rank shifted. And I drew your attention to the fact that we used to say that a rank shift occurs in two ways: either a smaller unit goes up or a larger unit goes down. But in this case, we are looking at only larger units coming down to perform the functions of units that are below them. So that was what we said about rank scale and rank shift. Okay, the hands that are still up, are they new hands or old ones? I can see Kate and Yusuf. Are they old ones or new? Okay, Kate is gone. Yusuf, is your own new hand, a new hand? If it is, let's hear you. Okay, it's gone. Daniel.
Madam, thank you for the opportunity. I want to make myself clear over here. Talking about the group, we just want to know the number of group that we have. Is it four or three? Because the other time I learned, you said that the tribal group is embedded in the nominal.
Yes, sometimes some people embed adjectival phrase within the nominal, adjectival group within the nominal group. So if we embed it, then the adjectival group will be considered as part of the nominal group. That will give us 3. But if we separate them, then we are going to have 4. Nominal group, adjectival group, verbal group, adverbial group.
So please, in case it comes in our exams, or can they ask a question or maybe on that? If they bring 4.
I want to ask you how many groups are there. And this is so basic a question. What they can possibly ask you, listen, what they can possibly ask you is to bring you the structures, and then you identify them as this is a nominal group, this is adverbial group, this is adjectival group. And then they can also ask you to tell the function. If it's a nominal group, what is it doing? Is it a subject? Is it an object? So these are some of the questions that they can ask. But for them to ask you how many groups are there, I doubt they will ask a question like that, because to me it sounds a bit basic.
Okay, thank you.
Right. The house is quiet now. Selena.
Madam, please, it looks like we didn't talk about the functions of conjunctions. Maybe it isn't part.
So what were parts of the courses what we went through?
Okay, madam, thank you.
Okay, so like I said earlier, when we were done with the first part of the lesson, the slides, I'm sure after here, last week we came to talk about this at length. I don't know why we are still talking about it. I thought you could sort that issue out. So I just want to urge you to find a way to sort that issue out so that all of you will have access to the slides plus the notes on editorials, and then the reading list that you were given, you do them. And when you get access to the slides, please, I will repeat this, answer the questions individually. Or you have your group discussions that you've been doing. You can also do it at the level, discuss them at the level of groups. And then as you do this, you come across some of them that you are not sure of, you can always get back to me. And yes, you can always get back to me. So for now, we want to spend the Imam. Better please mute for us.
No, please. I will try, madam.
Imam, are you aware you are, if you're muted?
I want to. Please, I would like to have the contact of the gentleman who explained what on the muffin. I would like to have his contact, please.
Better, please mute.
Okay, so I believe the gentleman heard you. I don't know what the gentleman you are referring to, but I believe they heard you.
His name is the one who just spoke before I spoke. The one who gave the teaching on muffin, please.
What is your challenge with muffin? What really is your challenge? If you could ask a specific question, it would be easy to answer it. But if you say we should take the whole thing on muffins again, I mean, you are a teacher, you know how these things feel. So if you can ask a specific question on muffin, what is really your issue? We can see how to help you.
Please, for the sake of this, I don't want, you know, spent a lot of time with us, so I don't want to take more of your time as well. So I wanted a discussion with the guy instead, so that at his leisure we can do a bit of that. If you favor me, or you have mercy on me, to help.
Okay, so that particular guy, I'm sure you know yourself, so you can contact here.
My brother, please come out, so that I have your contact. I beg you.
Joel, let's hear you.
Is it easy?
I was supposed that since you are revising, let's also help us with the alumni or what. So we just get the better understanding. Because I understood
Yeah,
please, we can't hear what you are saying.
I am saying that the alumnus, if Madam can just finish it with us so that at least we just get the understanding better. Because I am a little bit confused with some of them. Especially the definition is not clear to me.
Finish what?
The alumnus.
Okay, can I get someone to come work with allomorphs, please?
So my brother will not come. Oh,
That's
please.
question. And
Yeah,
then
then I wanted to give my number. Somebody was speaking. That is why I was in it. So you can take my contacts, and then after the lesson we discuss.
God bless you. You are a gentleman. Please give it to me.
02411.
Okay.
Yeah, 73412.
All right. Please the name.
I'm Yusuf.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Yusuf. I'll call you. Thank you.
all right. So I'm waiting. If anyone can, and I keep saying, sometimes when you explain to your colleagues, they get it better. Can anyone come in to help? I'm not sure. I think it's Joel. Help him understand what you mean by allomorphs. The class size is reducing. Mhm. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, madam, we can hear you.
Battery low. Whose battery is low? Joel, can you ask specific question?
Please, madam, you said the variant members of the same morpheme are called allomorphs. But when you look at the examples given, you have in as in insincere, in as in impossible, as in irregular. So are they of the same? Because I can see that they are different in spellings, but the sounds are a little bit similar. But each of them is preceded by the in. Then the sound after the in is influencing it to get the. I don't know. I am a little bit confused there, please.
That's what you are saying. Joel, that was what you were saying. You said, I don't know. You mentioned in, you mentioned I am, and you mentioned I are. What are they indicating? All those three that you mentioned, what are they indicating?
They are negativity of the root words.
Good. So they are showing something, they are indicating something negative, right?
Yes, please.
Yes. So all of them, it should, let's say if we use the original word or the original morpheme we use indicating that something is negative is IN. Okay. But then that IN, some of the words, when you add IN to them, because of their phonetic environment or their linguistic environment, it will not match with the linguistic environment or the phonetic environment of the base words. So there are certain words that can take IN to show that this word is negative. Some of them, per their spelling, the beginning sounds, they will not permit IN, but they will rather permit IR to indicate that it is negative. Some of them too, per the initial sounds of the base word, they will not permit IN, they will not permit IR, but they will permit IM to indicate that this is a negative word. So all these three forms, all these three morphemes are showing the same notion. That is, they are showing that something is negative. But the difference comes about because of the phonetic environment of the the base word to which we are going to add this morpheme. So IR, IN, IM are all allomorphs of the same morpheme IN, which is used to indicate that something is negative. When we take ED, we normally use ED to mark past tense, but there are some words per their spelling, they cannot take ED to show that they are past. Some will take ED, some will take T, some will take D to show that they are past. So ED, D, T, they are all allomorphs of the same notion, showing past tense. But we cannot use ED to mark past tense in all of them, because some of the words, some of the base words per their spelling, they will not permit this, but they will permit that. So ED, EN, ED, D, T, they are all allomorphs of the morpheme ED to show that it is marking past tense. And then IR, IN, IM are all allomorphs of the morpheme IN to show that it is marking negativity. I don't know if it's making sense.
Yes, madam, I am getting it. I am getting it.
Okay, so yeah, so what I said earlier, when we talk of allomorphs, we are just talking about different realizations of the same morpheme. So the same morpheme IN, it has different realizations. It has IN, it has IR, it has IM. And these realizations are brought about because of the phonetic environment of the base word to which we are going to add these morphemes. So when I say allomorphs talks about different realizations of the same morpheme, then example is what I've given you. The same morpheme IN has different realizations. So one of its realization is IM, one is IR, one is IM. But all these realizations are what we refer to as allomorphs of the morpheme IN, because they are all used to indicate that something is negative. But the difference comes as a result of the difference in spelling or the sounds of the base word to which we are going to add these morphemes. So IR, IN, IM are allomorphs of the morpheme IN. Joel.
Yes, I am getting it. I'm getting it. Thank you very much.
Gifty.
Madam, please, UN and MIS, are they part of the realization, the IN, those in IN realization?
What are UN as in?
Unfair, uncaring. Are they part of the IN and the
And
MIS?
MIS.
MIS.
UN and something.
And Miss, MIS, like misspelled, misleading. Are they all in the IN realization?
What sense does Miss give us? MIS, what sense does it give us? Then UN, what sense does it give us?
Negative.
If they give us, hello?
Yes,
Madam, negative.
Negative, yes.
So if they give us a similar sense, but in some situations, we instead of choosing UN, we rather go for MIS because of the way the word has been spelled. Then it means they are allomorphs. Now, fair. MIS and then ocean. Yes, they are both negative, but I think one indicates. Okay, what do others think? Let me give it to others. What do others think? Hello. It's better you just say whatever you know. Okay. Yes.
Madam, I think if they have the same sense or similar sense, I think they are animals.
Again.
I said if the words in questions are having the same sense, they are all showing negativity, that means they are animals. For example, the UN and then the miss.
Yeah, so if they have the same sense, and if they have if they indicate the same sense, but there's the difference in spelling is brought about as a result of let's say this one is a sibilant, so you can't take this one. This one is an alveolar sound, so you can't take this one. This one is bilabial, so you can't take this one. If it's brought about by something like that, then they are almost. Let's go to Ivan.
Yes, madam. Thank you. Madam, the miss, it means wrong or bad. And the on also means not. So I think they all connote the same sense.
Are you sure? I think that I don't really see them to be almost. That's why I keep asking whether on and miss have the same sense. Because when you talk of on, then it gives a sense of yes, it is negative, something like not, okay. But when you talk of miss is not really about not. Miss is more of something that is wrong.
Hello,
It
madam.
is not. Hello. Yeah, you see.
Yeah, my network went off. I wanted to, give my understanding to the two.
Is it the on and then the miss?
The miss and the on.
Okay.
Okay, so you can permit it. Yeah, so with miss and on, they are not the same in terms of,
Yes.
understand.
Understand this.
Because miss is something that is totally wrong. But with on can be something negative, but it could be something that is right. For instance, if somebody say you are unfair, it doesn't mean you are not right. You may criticize someone. You may say that you may criticize someone. Like, for instance, if somebody doesn't attend classes, uh, you can criticize the person when he comes. Another person will also perform the same act by not attending the class. You may choose not to criticize the person. So the one you criticize may say that you are unfair, but that doesn't change the fact that the action of that particular person is right. Both of them are wrong, but you chose not to, criticize the other one and then not criticize the other one. So the two actions are wrong.
Yeah. It's a network we're going. You can. Hello.
But it,
Oh, I think it's a network. Yeah, I think it's a network. You see, we can't hear because of the, I think it's your network. So you see, I kept asking whether miss and on give the same sense because
Yes, my circle went.
to me, go on. You see, go on.
Yes, so my network went off. So I was saying that miss is something that is wrong, whether whatever means it is wrong. But unfair could be something that is right, but it is the way and manner somebody think that you are saying it that makes the person feel that it is unfair. But that doesn't change the fact that the action of the person is wrong or is not wrong. That is what I'm trying to.
So will you say they are allomorphs?
In this sense, I would say that with unfair, at a particular point it could be, at a particular point it could not be.
No, it is asking whether miss and on are allomorphs, or is it a she or him? Whether miss and on are allomorphs. So if you
Madam,
ask whether yes or no, will you say they are or they are not?
madam,
Yes, let Yusuf land there, and then you can come. Or the network is gone again.
Madam, they are not.
They are not. Okay. All right. Someone was calling me. Who was that? Who was calling?
I think that the on and then the no, miss, they are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
But because they are two different things, they can't belong to one allomorph.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is that if you look at on is just like not. On is just like not. But on has the meaning attached to on. It will not be the same thing to miss. There is a word
Network is
like,
blinking.
okay, please, is it okay
Hello.
now? Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Madam,
Go
please
ahead.
come on. Okay.
Please
If
go
you take
ahead.
a word
Go
like,
ahead.
okay. If you take a word like unable, that is, you are not able to do it. Then you take a word like misappropriate, not appropriate. Now, if you look at, they are all not here, but there are differences here. This one is unable. It could be positive or negative. Unable to steal, positive. But let's come to this place. Misappropriate the funds. That is, the person used the funds anyhow. So the on and then the miss, they are not that. We can't just take them as the same like that, please. Thank
Okay.
you. That's my mind.
All right. Thank you. So I think it was, I'm not sure whether it was Joel or a lady who asked it. Is that one?
It was Gibbs, madam.
Okay. Before you say that, a pair of.
Please, I have something to say. Brother can go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
I have something to say. Can I go ahead?
Please do. Go ahead, please. Hello.
The reason why I asked the question is yes, please. The reason why I asked the question is that I wanted to know whether the emphasis is on the negative, the morphine that will negate the word, or the morphine that will give us the opposites of the word. Because, for example, the myth negative, like maybe spell, misspell. It will not give us the negative.
Now, listen, before you can say that a pair of morphemes are allomorphs, okay, then it means those
So whether the emphasis is on the negative or the opposite, maybe that's what will help us answer the question.
Well, I don't understand what you mean by whether it is negative or opposite. But what I'm saying is that before you can say, hello, hello, hey, it's my network.
Hello,
Please, we are listening, madam.
We are listening.
Yeah, so Gypsy, I don't know if she can hear me.
I can hear you, please.
Yes. What I'm saying, when we say a pair of morphemes or some morphemes are allomorphs, once we say they are allomorphs, then this is what we should take note of. They give the same sense, okay? They have the same meaning, but the spelling only changes because of the nature of the base word. You know, we add morphemes to base words. If you say impossible, the aim is a morpheme, and then possible is the base word. So before you can say that some morphemes are allomorphs, then it means that they give the same meaning, but the changes in spelling come because of the way the phonological features of the base word. The phonological features of the base word, but the morphemes give the same sense. Now, let's look at this word. How will you pronounce the plural form of cat? C-A-T. Dog, D-O-G. And then bus, B-U-S. What would be the plural form of each of them? Gipsy, can you help us with that?
Madam, the words again.
Cat, dog, bus, B-U-S.
Yes, madam, cat, the plural form of cat is cats. And then that of dog will be dogs. And that of bus will be buses.
It's what?
That,
Okay. Now, Kat, in terms of, I'm taking you back to the use of English. If you are transcribing cat, the last word you said cats, what sound will be there? I'm interested in the last sound.
the sound, sound.
Cat. The cat will take the Z sound.
No, it will take the sound.
It will take the sound.
That sound. The one T with the disappointed S.
It will take the S sound, isn't it?
Madam.
Okay. What about when you take the second word I gave was what?
Dog.
Dog. What will be the last sound? Are you sure?
It will take
Madam,
the Z
please
sound. The Z
It will
sound.
take what?
The Z sound.
Z sound. Okay. What about bass? So take note. The first one, the cat, you said to take the S sounds. The second one, the dog, you said to take the Z. What about bass?
Madam, please, the bus will take the Z sound.
It will take what?
The Z sound, buses.
You sure?
The Z.
Are you sure?
Basis.
Those who have dictionaries that transcribe, quickly make reference to the dictionaries.
Madam, I think the buses will take the diphthong is. The I
A,
is.
the
Yeah.
I is okay. So now I'm just trying to use this to see if I can help you to understand the allomorphs. Now, the same plural sound, we've gotten S, we've gotten Z, and we've gotten A's. But they are marking the same plural sound, isn't it? Why the difference? Why can't we end bars with S? Or why can't we end start with is? Why the difference? Like as I'm taking you back to the use of English, why the difference?
The difference is because of the sounds ending it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at the cat, the sound that ends the sound there is the sound, which is voiceless.
Good.
And because it's voiceless sound, it will take the S sound, which is the sound. But when you come to the dog, the word ending it is which is a voice. So the g is a voice sound. So because it's voice, it will take the z sound. Then when you come to the buses too, it ends with z because of the vowel e or the vowel e. So because of that vowel, and we know all vowels are voice. Because all vowels are voice, so it will take the z sound. So that is why it is like that.
So it is the same plural marker, isn't it? But you have realized it in different ways because of that's why I keep saying the phonetic feature of the base word. But they are not different morphemes. It's the same morpheme, just that we are giving it different spellings because of the nature of the base word that we are going to add them to it. It's the same example we gave when we're looking at IN, IM, IR. They are giving the same sense. It's just that the first sound of the base word that we are going to add may not permit us to use IR, or may not permit us to use IN, or may not permit us to use IM. So in this case, S, IZ, and then Z are all allomorphs of the plural marker. Whereas IN, IR, IM are all allomorphs of negative marker. You know, somebody was asking whether there are types of allomorphs. Yes, there are types of allomorphs, and I asked the person to go and read further. Maybe you should also go and read further on this one. Looking at the reference that was given to you, the reference that was added, you can go and read further on that. And then in addition, even today, getting information is so easy thanks to AI. You can also go to AI and even ask it to explain it to you in as simple terms as possible, and then you get more information about it. But then do not confuse miss on because they give a similar sense, they are allomorphs. No, they must give the same sense, but the difference in spelling should only be the difference should only come because of the phonetic properties of the base word. So I think I'll have to urge you to go and read further on the allomorphs, if that will be okay with you.
I want to ask a question, if I am permitted.
Okay. Was someone talking?
Yes, Madam Joel, I want to make some confirmation. If the words are showing negativity, but it doesn't change in spellings due to the root word. For example, where like unfair with the U end, then unhappy, uncivilized, ungodly, unable. All these words are showing negativity of the words, but they maintain their form. Then where like disappoint, displace, disorder, and discipline, they all show negativity still. They have their form. So can we say that these words are not allomorph per the explanation?
So like this, like display, this something, they are allomorphs. Is that a question?
Yes, I want to say, are they not? Can we say that they are not allomorphs?
It's just the base word that you are changing. It's should I say each of them is a morpheme, but it is just if you say let's say disproportionate, disaffectionate, organized, this that. If it's the same this, then it's a morpheme. It's just the base words that you are changing. But then before they become allomorphs, then it means that their realization changes in a way because of the base word. But if it's the same this throughout, this, that, then we cannot say they are allomorphs. Please do the further reading on it. I think that's what I can say for now. Do further reading on it. Is there any other question? Can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So do read on. I think aside this, there was something else I asked you to read. If not today. I don't remember, but there was something else I asked you to read. But go and read further on the allomorphs for you to get a clear understanding.
Okay, madam.
Are there any other issues that we should talk about? Okay, so like we discussed earlier, go and look at all the self-assessment questions, and the ones that are challenging. The ones that are challenging. I understand you have some groups that you've been doing group discussions. So the ones that are challenging, you can take them to your group. If they are still not sorted out, you can always contact me. But like I keep saying, I wouldn't want a situation where you would just pick the self-assessment questions and bring them to me that I should help you answer it. That one I will not do it. I want you to do it yourself. By all means, there will be some that you'll be able to answer. So are those ones that you are not able to answer, if you still can't use the slide to answer that you are still finding them difficult, then you get back to me. I think next week, but you are not writing a quiz next week. It's revision. Is it revision?
Yes,
so
please, it's revision.
So you can just organize yourselves. Do what, if you still want to meet me, just let me know. But if you still want us to meet, you have to tell me ahead of time. But before, if we should meet again, then it means you would have gone through all the self-assessment questions, and you would have done the reading. Okay. So if there is nothing else, can we end it here? Okay. All right, then. I don't know if you still want us to meet next week. Just let me know. Kate.
Yeah, hello, madam. I also wanted to put across that those who had me and have had the slide, if they have other colleagues who are doing English minor and they are with them on a particular page, maybe a certain major page, they know that they are doing English minor, which I cannot reach them. They should please share it with them if they have a page there, so that we'll be able to be at par with one another. Thank you.
All right. I believe they've heard you. Please. Yes, we are listening.
Yes, madam. I wanted to find out if, I mean, when it is time for the quiz and the semester exam, we'll be given some areas to look at. Because looking at the slides, they are voluminous, and we urge that maybe you can help us in that manner so that it will ease. So though we will learn, but during the exams, so if you can do something about it for us, thank you.
Well, like I said earlier, we do not have any control over the questions that come in the exams and the quizzes. Okay, and I'm afraid no one will tell you that this part, concentrate on this part or that part. That's the nature of the program. You know that. I mean, the tertiary program. You know how it is. So I'll just urge you to just study them all, because no one will tell you that focus on this side, or read this for the quiz, or read this for the exams. But along the line, if somebody gives you that directive to, that's fine. But
Sorry.
I don't think that information will come.
Sorry, madam.
Yes.
I'm not saying that the exact area should be given, but at least sometimes, they give us, I mean, if maybe we are doing the first quiz, they'll maybe ask us to maybe read.
Oh, okay, like lesson 1, lesson 2, something like that. Like first we concentrate on lesson 1, lesson 2. Is it that one?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yes, even that one, maybe the course coordinator that can help you in that regard. But for those of us who are teaching, we really don't have much control over that. Maybe when I will contact someone a past student to see if I get a question. Even if I get past questions, but that will not be enough for you to know that we should focus on this side or that side. So maybe before the quiz, but the last block, were you given areas to prepare for quizzes?
Yes, please.
Yes,
Then maybe this one will come. You read
it was the exams.
You read the use of English, right?
Yes, madam.
Were you given the areas?
Yes, please. For the exam, the session B. Normally, what the last block, they give us areas for the session B, because what we were supposed to learn were voluminous. So it was only the written aspect that they gave us areas to concentrate on. That's the truth.
Okay, then
so
possibly this one to may be given to you, because the same coordinator who is coordinating this course. So probably this one to may be given to you, but it will not come from us, for those of us who are teaching the course. If something like that was given the last time, then probably this one to may come later on. But if I tell you I can tell you anything now, I will just be lying to you, because I don't know. I have no control over that. I'm not sure where the questions are going to come. So,
okay.
Yeah, Hope.
Madam, thank you very much. Madam, please, is it possible for me to have your contact?
Oh, I've been giving it every
Oh,
now and then. I have number 0243
0243, okay.
478
478
426.
426.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. In fact, the way you are teaching, and then your patience and all these things, I don't know even how I will put it. If this grace you carry, you can draw some of us up, this grace upon all of us on the page, I'll be very happy. How relaxed you are, how you take patience in everything. Because the kids that we are teaching at times, when they though we are learning from realistically too, we have to learn all these things. At times, the way they behave become annoying if you don't take time. You do something else. But how, ever since you start the course, your approach and everything, in fact, I don't know whether other colleagues too can testify. So I took this number purposely that some of your grace will rest upon me in this teaching field. Thank you very much. God bless you.
We thank God. And thank you for appreciating. We thank God.
Madam, it's an addendum to what my brother just said. Thank you for your kind patience. Though I have not been able to follow it, but my encounter today has proven that.
Your voice is almost gone.
Okay. I said thank you very much for your kind patience that you have demonstrated for us. Normally, we are pleading that next time when you are teaching us, you should exhibit the same thing. And then I also took your number, I promise. Anytime I'm coming around UCC, I'll give you guinea fowl. Thank you.
Thank you too. And we thank God. Thank all of you too for making the class interesting. But what matters is you read, and the exams, we all come out smiling. You know, when we all teach, our goal is to see our students performing. So, yes, I appreciate it very much. I appreciate your time. There are some groups you join, you'll be teaching, you ask questions, no one is even prepared to respond. But you people, you contributed and the class was interesting. I want to thank you too. We thank God for everything. Let's put it in there. So please go ahead and then read. When you have any challenge, just reach out to me. I'll be available. But if you want us to meet, Kate, like I've been saying, please don't tell me today that tomorrow we are meeting. If not, I may disappoint you. All right.
All right, madam.
Madam, please, we
Oh,
didn't
wait,
see your
I'm sorry.
face.
Where I am, you can't see me, please. I beg you.
Oh.
Where I am now, you can't see me. I beg another time you will see me, please. All right. Thank you all.
Thank you too.
Bye.
Thank you.
Madam, please let us see your face, please. Let us see your face, okay? It's gone.
Eradi ma morphin mbra. Eradi ma morphin mbra. Amen.
Awurade ma mo afe mo mma me nti ase. Awurade ma mo afe mo mma me nti
Obi
ase.
abewo tete obi aso.
But cause with the moment I'm tired, I'll be there and some because me and yeah, and I say ever do that. You need to call actually no cry. Don't say one.
Please, any adolfo me from church.
Ayana
Obi wa
English for no mudi English
drama
major
no
no
ne
mudi pa mama yen ti ase
presentation
kra
na sia
English major for mama yen take course na se kra adan
oh me nwa me ya ba ma me pam cho me ma no wa mutimi kenkan yi en misra mo post fiction ne drama mi unu ya ba mi ya mo mi hu hwe mi ti ya mi ya me pam cho mo mo ami
Found to my media.
Nipa ko na wo kasa mo wo English major page no so. Hello. Nipa ko na wo kasa si as a prose fiction ne drama no wo English major page no so.
me pa cho ani o madam please
Wo materials no.
ani me wo
Matia Jaime. That's it.
That's Auntie Kate.
Oh, Munjame.
Oh, man, yes.
Yes.
Me part I have something.
And Javier started. Now, who are discussion page? Who are study group page?
Someone for me to someone.
Hey, one like I say. Hi, me.
You may have me
Why they? There may be some say undi any we will major. No any question maybe so.
You, Matthew.
All right. Bye, dear.
Bye, dear.